Thundergrunt.
Okay,
Say Fate gave you the choice.
you can get the lady.
Or you could catch the tuna that's in your head.
Which one would you choose?
In a small little ship in the center of Mars was a sack of souls with experiment scars. When the psychedelic monk said, I'll take two, and he put them in a rocket and he ate a lot of glue. And he shot them straight to Earth, where they turned into babies. They were named Bob and Matt, and they rarely got rabies. And the monk made a movie of their whole entire lives. They were panoramic scenes and zooms of the thighs. One time Bob had sex with a ladle, and one time Matt lost a vet to a cradle, and another time Bob caught a dinosaur mom, and another time Matt bought a replica of Guam. And all this more is on a DVD set, only $20.99 with the purchase of a gem. But if you call right now and say, where's my whisk, we'll include this bonus disc.
Welcome to Bonus Disc! I'm one of your hosts, Bob Rose, and with me is another host, Matt P.A.
Yes.
Who's very awake and alert.
Mm-hmm.
And with us is returning guest of the show for like the 5th or 6th time. I don't even care. It's one of those.
Sure.
Kathy Carson.
Hi.
You flew all the way here for this and no other reason
I specifically came back to do a podcast.
to do a podcast
Yeah.
in Baltimore because that's what you
Definitely-
miss most.
Definitely not to visit a closing business, not anything else, none of that.
No.
I actually
This
don't
was
know
it.
the real reason. You don't have to say it. But on this show, it's for this reason. And we chose a movie at random today that we found via Amazon Prime, but not on Amazon Prime.
No,
Not
not
A movie-
available.
No,
I don't.
a movie that has a listing, has
A
no
trailer.
No, it's not. Well, it's not a trailer. The
Oh, yeah,
trailer
that's
is
Oh
right.
just
yeah, it's just a portion of
an
the film.
unedited clip that is just ripped out of the movie.
The first 10 minutes of the movie, yeah.
And then it just cuts mid-sentence.
They're like, here's what you could have had.
Yeah, here it is. The movie's Don't Panic
It's
Yes.
awesome.
from 1988 or 9. We're not exactly sure. We'll
I've
figure that
seen
out later.
both. I've seen both listed.
Right, but it says on Amazon, it says 2017, which makes it even more confusing. So before we get into it, let's see this. It's a movie
No,
starring.
I don't think it was ever Turkish.
Where'd you guys get Turkish from? You
The
told me
first thing I
Turkish.
looked it up was a Turkish dub, I guess. I was like, I don't know what this movie is.
Well, so it does
So I
sound
think
like
I
there are
just found a Turkish dub
voiceovers.
first. Oh, there's tons of voiceovers, but I'm pretty sure the main guy is the only one without a thing.
I'm telling Matt to get closer to his mic, and Kathy a little bit closer.
Oh, sorry.
Technical
Oh, God.
problems on air. Okay, so it's a horror movie filmed in Mexico City.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know why I thought we were.
Well, so I think
Dude,
it was filmed there. It was okay. When I looked it up on Wikipedia, it doesn't have its own. It doesn't seem to have its own entry, but it's on a list. And then it said countries involved: Mexico and America.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
all right. I mean, it obviously was filmed in Mexico City. Or
Where,
Mexico.
it was
well, wherever it
Mexico or
was.
It was
something.
filmed at a time like
Yeah.
where like
yes.
everything and nothing existed all at
Where
once.
humans don't have an age; they just have like
Yeah.
an amorphous time that they exist.
Yeah.
It's like the fourth
everybody's the same
dimension.
age.
You're like
Yeah.
looking at the entire lifespan of a person at once, sort of thing. So you're like, wait, what am I seeing here?
It's like watching a whole movie in 1 second,
Yeah.
but a human.
yeah.
Yeah.
But wherever it was cool as shit. There were
Yeah,
like
it was
so many
great.
cool like location.
Oh yeah. Whoever the location
It,
scout was
like-
did an awesome job of finding
Yeah.
kick-ass stairwells and cool shit
Yeah.
to do things.
In fact, I would
next
say the
to.
school that they got and everything looks like it's like in California or something. You know what I mean? It looks like traditional as hell.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For I would not expect these locations to be in Mexico.
Well, but it was just kind of weird that
Wow.
what?
Let's just move on. No, you're not allowed to defend yourself. You're not allowed to defend yourself. Just move on.
Fine.
like I knew it. I knew this was
knew
going to
what?
happen.
No, stop. We're moving on. Anyway.
I'm not running from it. The scandal. All right.
Mexico City is very cosmopolitan.
No, it is. Yeah. But as Matt said, the production designer, and you said the production designer did a good job.
Yes.
We did. Oh yeah.
Some
Yes.
of the
We
people in the
did, and
production
they
team were
did.
great.
Yes.
Other people in the production team should have never had a job in the first place because of stuff that'll come up. But just if you ever watch this, just bear in mind, everyone looks insane.
Yes.
Every costume is, you're like, why
Yes.
are they dressed like that? It's bonkers. It is
people's
fucking
heads
crazy,
look like
man.
they're from Star Trek
Hair-
or
yeah.
Duracell battery
Hair and
commercials.
makeup.
You can't tell.
Everybody is a weird clay monster. It's awful.
The hair and makeup department.
Fucking dropped the ball big time.
Yeah, it was unique. It was quite unique.
It's
That's
very
very
unique.
diplomatic
Yeah.
of you. They fucked
honestly, if we didn't know anything before going in looking it up, I would have assumed Russia for a good long time.
I could see that.
because
You
of
know
the
what I mean?
unibrow.
Well, that
and all the
but just
vodka.
the people look. You know when you see those Russian thing, like pictures of people from Russia on.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Well, so-
those humans.
Okay,
Oh,
so
the way they were dressed.
The way they were
the
dressed.
way they were
and
dressed, it
looked-
was a very like international style instead of like
How can we
American
body shame
style.
these people?
I know, I'm serious. Like, it's a whole different set of rules down there. So everybody, it all kind of looks like slightly off.
Yeah.
Like everything's a little bit different here.
They all look a little sick. They all look a little shiny. It's weird.
The ovens
Yeah.
look a
everybody's
little
head.
like the ovens are a little misshapen
Right.
and like
Yeah, that looked like a closet. The oven looked like a weird closet.
yeah.
Everyone's forehead is off. It's like forehead.
The hairlines on everyone is insane. It's like they're trying
It was
to hide
it
where
was
their hair
very
is.
big
We gotta
hair.
talk about
Okay.
this movie.
Okay.
But no,
I just love that.
we don't
that's
have
one
to
of my
address it
favorite
again,
things.
though.
Like,
Yeah.
like that's one of my favorite things in a movie is when you just like every person on screen. You're like, God, what is going on with them?
Yeah. Oh my
That's
god.
fucking awesome.
Well, no, it's good. We got it out of the way. We don't need
Yeah.
to talk about how everyone looks. You just have to watch it to see. It's on YouTube,
Yeah.
so you can see this on YouTube. You don't have to pay for it.
Mhm.
Yay!
Hooray.
So hooray! This starts out with credits on black and white, but there's a quote, like an
Oh, the guy-
audio quote.
Yeah, he says like something about like once you step through a door.
Once you step through the door of another dimension, you may never be able to close it again.
And then he said,
And
I
it-
crossed that.
Yeah, then the title card comes up and it's like I've crossed that point or something.
And there's a dog, like a
I don't
whimpering
get that.
dog noise.
Oh
There's
my
a
God.
whimpering dog
I don't know
noise.
what was up with the dog noises.
And then it doesn't come around.
It happens
you hear
a couple
the dog
times, but it
multiple
doesn't mean
times, and you
anything.
never see a dog.
Maybe there's like a dog on the other side.
It's the Hound of Hell.
Yeah, hell. Well, that actually might have been the thought process because that is okay. We'll
Well,
get to it.
Okay.
So then we show the guy walking up to his. Was he walking to his house?
No, it's just like the camera panning up to a house as people are coming outside
Oh, and
of
he's
it.
Coming
talking about
outside
it.
to
He's talking about how it's his birthday.
And it's his first birthday in Mexico City.
since they had to move here.
And he's like, they took me out of my high school, and he's like clearly bummed, but he's like, he's not like sounding like he's bummed, but he's supposed to be bummed.
This is
Yeah.
the main character, Michael, right?
Michael, yes. John John Michael Bischoff.
Who also wrote the theme
song.
for the movie
And
called
sang
Don't
it,
Panic.
right?
And sang it, yes. Written and performed by him.
Yes.
Double threat,
Dude,
triple threat.
Triple
guy's
threat.
a monster.
Yeah. But so he's like, oh man, it's my first birthday here. I'll never get over this.
And
Sure.
Okay.
they throw everybody out of the house. They think the house is empty, and his mom's like, "I'm going to bed," and he's like, "I'm going." She seems like upset already for some reason.
Oh yeah.
Well, because we'll find out, but.
Well,
I don't know,
she
I
seems
felt like
like,
she was
yeah,
just
something
like
was wrong
Yeah,
or-
like
yeah.
it seemed like the fucking party was like a disaster. I mean, the house was kind of a mess, but like she's like, "I'm going to bed," and then he hears a noise and he's investigating it, and then somebody like jumps on him and starts like dry
Yeah.
humping him practically.
right? Yeah.
And then the lights pop on and it's his buddy Tony, and he's just
oh,
like,
yeah, Tony.
Tony's supposed to be his best friend.
yeah,
Right?
that they've known each other
There's
for
a lot
long
of information
time.
right here that I think I missed a little
Apparently,
bit.
because like it's just weird to me because they're like pranking him.
Tony's the guy with hair coming out of his forehead. Right?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
He's got the huge cowlick that just like creates like a
vortexes.
yeah.
Yeah, it
Like
makes
a-
God damn it, the hair in this movie is
It's nuts.
crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
has crazy ass hair.
But his hair is thick and it's like covering like a
But-
hat.
It's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
round though. It's
Yeah.
like so round.
coiffed.
When you look at it from the front, it's like a puffball.
Well, so it's
Like a
coiffed.
dandelion.
It's coiffed, but it's like in such a way that it looks like they didn't need to do much to it.
No, I think it's a natural crop.
Yeah.
He just needs to cut it every like 2 months and it's good.
Oh man.
It just stands like the helmet, like a
no,
Frankie
he is,
Avalon.
Yeah.
he is using a lot of hair product because you see at the end of the movie when he's the thing. Hey, but when he's in the later part of the movie, his hair
Yeah.
isn't as nice.
It's
true.
like Wayne Newton hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
Tony's the
that's
Wayne Newton
perfect.
hair guy.
Yeah, yeah,
if you
yeah.
ever watch it, he's the Wayne Newton guy.
Pow.
So he's teasing Michael, right?
Yeah. Okay. So keeping
Well,
in mind.
first he's like, they're just like, hey, your party's not over yet. We got to give you a birthday present.
Oh yeah, they're being all sneaky
Yeah.
about a
Right,
weird
right.
fucking birthday present and they're being like.
And he's like, hey, my
Hey.
mom's upstairs. Shut the fuck. Like,
Right, he's like, be quiet, the party's over.
Why was
and
the
like,
mom mad if she knew about the surprise? Okay.
No, she didn't.
She didn't know about this.
Oh, it was a
This is
surprise.
after the party.
Because
Like, she
remember,
didn't
all
know
those
this was
kids
going
are
on.
like, all those
They're
kids are like going away. They're like walking away. They're like, hey, that was a great party, man. Like,
Oh, right.
And
it
they're all
happened
drunk?
off screen.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, all that happened, and then they're surprising him after the party, and they're like, oh man, we have this present for you, and then the girl that he likes is like hiding.
Yeah, he's telling them
extra
all
long.
to leave.
Yeah.
They're like arguing, and he's just like, no, the party's over. Get the fuck out of my house. And they're like, no. And then the girl, he like stands up
And she's like, hi.
behind the couch, and she looks like a Klingon without forehead ridges, dude.
Yes.
It's crazy. She has a unibrow
Yeah.
or something.
Or
I don't know, the
some-
lighting or something in the movie. I don't know what it is.
No, it's a unibrow. She has a unibrow.
It's mostly a unibrow, but there's also some weird
She's the romantic
shadows.
lead.
But
There's like shadowing on her like forehead
I think
ridge
it's
that makes
just
her
because
look
you're
crazy.
not used to seeing
How
it.
much Matt can't get over how these people
I don't know.
look.
It looked like there were angles of it that if you crop out everything but her head and we're like, what television program or movie was this from?
Right.
You would be like, that's a Star Trek alien.
Yes.
Yeah.
But she looks
Her
crazy.
teeth are like filed down.
yeah,
It's
she has
weird. Yeah.
tiny teeth. She's weird. Like she looks like an alien. It's weird.
She looks like a Russian family photo from the internet.
yes.
Like she should be holding a fish and a gun. You know? She looks
Next to a
nuts.
guy slop squatting on like a fucking pole.
With a ski mask on, right? It's just like it should be that, and a poodle barfing in the background.
God.
Oh,
just
God.
a bear sitting in a chair.
Yeah. Anyway, so they that's the Ouija board thing when they
Well,
yeah,
so-
they
so-
blindfold
Well,
him.
it cuts.
So they have him. They blindfold him, and they say that they're having him like blow out birthday candles.
Yes.
Yes.
He thinks there's going to be another cake.
This
in
was
front of
the trailer. This scene.
Yeah,
was
yeah.
The trailer. Yeah.
And he thinks it's like a cake, and they have these like candles set up in 2 cans, and they have them blow. They have him blows it out.
He blows out both those candles
Yeah.
with his eyes closed very
Fine, yeah.
well.
He
That
does.
was good.
It's foreshadowing.
I
for
don't know.
what-
They were very far apart.
It's foreshadowing for what he has to do later when he
right.
can't see.
Oh,
Right.
oh shit.
Oh damn.
Wow. Didn't
Kathy
even think
saw it.
about it.
See,
Yeah.
you got
Doing all
to.
the heavy lifting over here. While we're making
Yeah.
fucking Russian jokes.
Oh yeah, and then so he like takes the blindfold off, and he's like, everybody's laughing.
Right.
Oh man, that's like such a a weird movie
cool.
trope that I hate. Is like
Teenage
when
girls laughing.
Yeah, teenagers laughing. Like if they're not talking, they're laughing. Yeah, like and it's like really like unnatural
Like they're
because
all nervous.
yes.
Yes, they're
It's
all
like
very
nervous
nervous.
laughter.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, I have to talk. I have to talk. Or I have to laugh.
I can't be an extra
silent.
that just is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to act.
Well, that one girl was just laughing constantly,
Yeah.
and I don't think I heard her say anything until like the middle of the movie, besides laughing.
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah, no, not really.
That's why when she has a plot in the middle of the movie, you're like,
Why?
who?
Yeah.
Who's this?
Oh, it's a girl.
Because this
that's
scene
been
is
laughing.
introducing us to the cast.
Yeah.
The-
yeah, yeah.
Unbeknownst to us,
We
because
didn't-
both of them seem like they don't matter at all.
No,
It's
they're
amazing.
in-
They're
whatever.
just like they're just saying things, but like they're not like landing anywhere.
Yeah.
Like it's not like they're saying them to anybody necessarily. They're just kind of like saying them at them. Like
Well, they show him that he
He
blows
takes
the
off the
candles out,
thing, and
he
he's
takes
like,
off
"What the
blindfold.
fuck is this?" And they all laughing, and he throws the blindfold at Tony.
He has some weird super version of
Ouija
Ouija
boards.
boards.
And he's like,
Right.
"Why?" He's like, "Why? What? Where'd you get this from?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't know."
and he's like laughing about it. Like the like kind of weirdly like maniacal laughter for like somebody just asking you
yeah, well,
a
he
question.
knows that he's terrified of the
Yeah.
thing.
yeah.
And like
Not
yeah,
that. Well,
and he's like
oh, I don't know where I got it
Hey.
I
from.
mean, there's obviously a religious undertone to this movie, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
like the
Oh,
family's
definitely.
really religious.
Absolutely.
They just don't say it in the movie, but There's
But, okay,
crosses everywhere.
So, and while
Maybe
this,
there's like a.
it's also
like,
Mexico, so it's
It
Catholic.
could be a Mexican cut of the movie. Like we might
Yeah,
be watching an American dub cut of the movie that might excise some of that
Yeah,
shit.
no,
I don't know.
Mexico's very Catholic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
it makes
yeah,
sense.
it's possible. Like, but meanwhile, while this is all happening, have we already cut to the mom? Because she's sitting in the
Oh
bed.
yes,
She
yes.
sits in the bed.
She's sitting in the bed, like
Before they
sighing
s-
over a photo of like her and her husband.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
then
there's
she
also
looks,
like a whole bottle of vodka on her
and
nightstand.
she's staring at the bottle.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought she was staring at the picture.
She's staring at
But-
both. She's having.
It's like a duality. She sees the
Yeah.
thing she wants and what destroyed it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And then we get
So much talk about that.
right. Hey, right.
A
And it
lot.
does-
A lot.
But it doesn't really go anywhere.
It's
No,
not go
it's just
anywhere,
like you
no.
know you're an alcoholic, and that's it.
Like they're
Well,
supposed
yeah.
to berate a woman for having a vice.
Yeah, right. How
I mean,
dare
she is literally
you?
leaving vodka bottles all over the house, like
yeah.
on the banister
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's
it's
weird.
True. It's just
But it
straight
didn't
out
really
the
need
house.
to be a part of the narrative. But
No,
okay.
it didn't at all.
So that they go back. We cut back to the party.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and
she's
it- Isn't that when she comes in? When the mom comes in and says, "You have to leave now."
no,
but I
no,
wanna
no,
talk
no,
to
no,
you."
no, no, no. He gets mad about the Ouija board,
Oh, okay.
but then they
yeah.
convince him ultimately to do it.
Yeah,
and they
and
start
they're-
doing
right.
the
and
Ouija
they're
board.
doing it.
And
They
this
Ouija.
is a thing that confused all of us because the sound in this movie sucks balls. Like
the
everything.
YouTube print we watched.
Oh
no,
my
just
God.
the movie. Like
Yeah.
everything. Voices, background
It's all
noise,
same-
music,
same
it's
height.
all
Oh,
mastered
oh
at
my
like the
God,
same
all
level.
the
So
same.
it's just like Jesus Christ. Please, one at a time.
Yeah.
God damn it. So like in this scene, there's 6 people in the room, so
Right.
it was impossible to hear every word. But so I think I understand what happens here now is that Tony, who brought the Ouija board, already has been using it and has a ghost friend named Virgil that
Yes.
he has contacted with it before.
Okay.
Because when they start, he goes, Virgil, I want to introduce some friends to you.
Right.
And they all start like snickering because the thing's not moving, and he gets upset.
Well, they have
That-
their-
I
they
love
have
it. He
their
goes,
hands on
shut
it."
up! Shut up and pay attention. He just loses
Yeah,
it.
no, that
But yeah, he goes insane.
Which makes sense now.
because him and Virgil have some connection
Yeah,
we
yeah,
don't know
yeah.
about.
But
Right.
yeah, at the time, he like flips out on him, and we were all like, "Oh, that's funny. This guy's just overacting."
Well, and he freaks out, and not only that, but like everybody's just kind of like, okay, they don't like react to him freaking out.
No, they're
as,
just like, "All right, fine, we'll
Yeah,
keep,
like,
we'll
okay,
go ahead,
yeah.
He's
try
probably a
again."
big asshole too, and they're used to him doing that.
Which great.
Yeah.
And this is supposed to be that guy's best friend.
Yes.
Like doing this.
Well, in this world, that kind of makes sense to me.
Well, and then the pretty girl that he likes is like, this is stupid.
She says, "This is crap."
Yeah.
You're right.
Like
With
it just
more
cuts her
maniacal
face.
laughing. Oh my God. And
So then Michael's like, "This is stupid. I said I would never use a Ouija board again, Tony. God damn it." And then Tony's like, "You're all fucking stupid. This is real, and I'm not a liar." And they're just like, and then the mom comes in.
Then the mom comes in. She
And
says
she
they
is-
have to
she
leave. I
snaps
want
the
to talk
lights
to
on.
you, Michael.
Yeah, you
oh, that's
need
right.
to
I
talk
need to
after
talk.
they leave.
Oh, but then when-
But as they walk out,
some guy, I forgot his name, Robert. Was that Robert?
yes, he's in the movie again.
It's
later.
2 dudes that are still in the room, and they're giggling over the Ouija board, and the guy like says something about how stupid it was,
He
and like
drizzles-
dumps vodka
Oh, that's
all
right.
over
He, like,
the,
pours-
Which made
the
us all-
Oh right,
placard.
he's like, have a drink, Ouija board or Virgil.
Oh yeah, pour whatever Virgil, and he pours it on the thing.
And it's like it's clearly Bacardi rum.
yeah, they always
But they're like, but it's
they're
labeled
smart
in.
about labeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
And we assumed that was going to work itself into like she's an alcoholic
yeah. Oh, that's
and they're fueled.
Yeah, you were obsessed with the mom being an
Because I
alcoholic.
figured it
Wait,
just
wait, wait.
seemed like they were setting something up and
I
it
know,
didn't
it
go
went
anywhere.
nowhere.
Well, no,
I don't feel like it's my fault.
No, it
that
wasn't,
it
but,
didn't
like,
go anywhere.
I don't know. I felt like it didn't matter.
Alcoholism is a strong through line in this movie.
It really is.
Just
but
because
remember,
it's like a sin.
Remember,
they're just mentioning. Don't forget about these other sins.
the best friend guy that brought the Ouija board.
Tony.
Tony makes a joke about his mom's alcoholism.
Yes, in the process to like shame him into
Yeah,
playing
he's
it,
like talking like
putting his hands
So
on
they
him.
both have alcoholic mothers.
No.
No. Tony was making fun of Michael's
Michael's
mother.
Michael's mother, right?
Like to
yes,
shame him
okay.
into putting his hands on. What is it called? A placard? What is that?
Yeah,
That's a special
planchette.
Planchette.
So like,
Your mom's an alcoholic. Just do what I
Put your
say.
hands on the thing, you fucking loser. Don't be a loser like your alcoholic mom.
yes.
She would never touch a Ouija board, the dumb whore. Like, oh, you're right. I should touch. Like, what?
Yeah.
I don't understand how that works.
I don't totally get it myself, but like,
I don't get it at all. I was assuming a whole different movie from that point. So,
but then everybody just kind of leaves it alone after that because it's like, oh, this party's
Well,
over.
Well, yeah, they leave, and the mom
and talks to Michael, and she
Oh,
says,
but all she says is, "I'm sorry, your dad didn't come."
And we were like, wait,
"Wait,
what?
why would he come?
Yeah.
You weren't at." I said that. I was like, she wasn't at the party with the kids, right? She was just in her
She was
room.
upstairs, like upset, like clearly upset.
She wanted the dad to be there too.
Well, I guess
Whatever.
Dude, I mean, like
I'm
I
sorry,
said
Dad
when we
didn't
were
come 'cause
watching it,
I'm a stupid
I
alcoholic.
thought the dad was dead by the way the picture was
Yes,
in black and
yes,
white. I was
yes.
like, I don't know. I guess their dad's dead. But then she said that, and I was like, well, I don't know anything about.
Well,
this
and it's
movie,
true
I
because
guess.
he's like,
Yeah.
because they're divorced or whatever because she's an alcoholic.
right.
All of it all stems back to her being an alcoholic.
Hence why the alcohol being poured on the Ouija board seemed really
Right.
like a big deal.
But also, after they talk on the
Right,
steps,
after they
it
talk on
cuts
the
back to the Ouija board and
Alone in the room.
Blanchett just starts like
Oh, it like starts
slapping around and
jiggling
then
around.
slams against the wall.
Right.
So you know
And we're like, oh.
evil is afoot.
Right.
Then we get
Clearly.
super spunky Michael riding his bike to school because
Oh,
he's
God.
late. I kind of love that scene because it's
Yeah,
like
it's great.
so over,
So,
like
and then
over the top,
there's
kind of
the
like
sign.
spunky, like
Happiness,
yeah.
friendship, birthdays. Yeah.
It was awesome. I was like, oh, this is kind of great.
So yeah, he's like biking to school. And wait, have we seen the pajamas yet?
No.
No.
Okay.
No. That's after. I think
It
that's
hasn't
this
donned
coming
his
night.
uniform yet. No.
okay. So
His demon hunter uniform.
so
Because he represents science. Never mind.
yeah, they're all predators, and he's a predator
Right.
taking them down.
Right.
So he's at school, but he like gets there late, and he's hiding because there's a sign that says,
Hold on. Well, before he even gets on campus,
Yeah, don't forget what happens right
he's
there.
riding a bike
He
to
goes
his
like a-
high school.
Like Universal Studios entrance.
Yeah, like a fucking gate drops down, and this old man comes down. And he goes, "You're
"Oh,
late,"
that's right."
and he's
late.
like, "Come on, man! Don't make me
I
show
thought he
my
was going
ID."
into a movie studio. I was like, what is
He's
this?
like, yeah, he's like, don't make me show my ID. I'm only a few minutes late. And then he's like, gives him all this shit, and I have no idea why. The kid pulls out a porno magazine
Yes. Oh my
and
god.
just starts looking at porn in
and
front
he's
of
like,
him.
"Hey,
He's like,
check
hey,
this out."
that's a real lady right there.
And,
And you're like,
and the guy's name was either Fish or Fishman. We don't know
oh, yeah,
exactly.
she goes,
Fish,
come on,
man.
It was
you
either
know-
Fishman or Fishman.
You gonna make me check my ID, Fish Man?
I wish he was Fish
I
Man.
don't know.
Fishman.
Fish Man.
All the kids love Fishman.
Oh, he was showing him porn. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
in this
he could
world,
be
a
seeing
guy
out a
named
weird.
Fishman that works at a security desk.
Yes.
It's totally par for the course.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
I'm
then he
willing to
gets
buy
in.
it.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay,
then he
no,
gets
no,
in,
no.
I just
right.
didn't want to skip
No,
that because
that's
that was
important.
a weird fucking.
Never comes back too.
Yeah,
Never
it completely.
comes
He
back.
should
Never-
not have been in the film. It was weird and
A
unnecessary.
kid bribing a security guard porn. To
A
get
kid who looks
into a
like
school.
Into the school goes to, he's enrolled in. It's like, oh my god.
a kid who looks like very similar in age to the security guard somehow.
He looks like a
Oh
middle-aged
yeah, they're
man.
all. Everybody's 45. There's no other age.
There's
I
no-
love when you called him the greatest American
American
hero.
hero.
He does look
He
like
has
that.
a hair.
Yeah, he does.
He has a hair. Also, this school, because of this scene and what's about to happen, it's like this school doesn't want kids to be in
there.
class.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
like any mistake you make, you're out. You don't
Yeah.
get to learn today.
Well, it's like the
like
door
it.
is closed and it's locked and like that's it. You're stuck for
Yes.
like an indetermined
it's like the soup Nazi
amount
is
of
running the
time.
school.
Yeah.
No school for you.
and
like
yeah,
1 minute late. Get out.
Get out.
there's specifically a sign that says it says students who are late
We subject.
are subject to being expelled from school.
And it is.
And that's it.
and it's written like a mess.
It
It's
looks
written
so
like
bad.
it's written like somebody writing a really shitty yard sale sign.
yes.
where it's just like
The letters are all crooked
Well, it's
in
all
weird
this,
ways.
it's got all this space at the top, and then they ran out of space at the bottom.
And the letters start getting closer together. Yeah.
So good.
it's like a vision test.
Because then there's like, it's like an outside hallway plan type school. Like the
Yes.
doors go right outside to
Yeah.
like a
Like
sanctuary.
a courtyard.
He walks around to like one of the hallways, quote unquote, and then he sees what's her name?
The girl he
a
likes.
unibrow.
Lucy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can call her unibrow. It's fine.
The Ferengi.
Yes.
I guess she looks more like a Vulcan with a unibrow.
God,
I don't know. Anyway.
this poor
No,
girl.
no.
I know. It's terrible.
I think she looks more Klingon than anything.
It's just
You're
like
right.
if you're starring in a movie.
Shave the middle of
Shave-
your eyebrows.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? The makeup people.
That's
God.
not. Maybe that wasn't important to them.
It's
Fuck
1988.
your beauty standards, Matt.
Yeah, Matt.
Dude,
All bodies are beautiful, Matt.
I understand that and everything, but the angles they choose to shoot her from just emphasize it every time.
It's true.
It's a
Lighting is
lot of
important.
like her looking
Look, I'll
over
say
her
this.
shoulder up, and you're like,
Yeah.
dude,
For
you
the
had
80s, it's surprising they didn't try because the 80s is very vain. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Well,
then again, everyone looks like nuts. So
It's like, I don't know.
I don't think they knew she looked nuts.
I mean,
They all look insane. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Everybody's hair
every
is
sound
fucking
effect
nuts.
that was like high pitched, it sounded like razor blades
Yes.
on my ears because everything just sounded terrible. So
They
like,
all look terrible, sound terrible.
Yeah, yeah.
oh my
She
god,
looks like she's a shaved like Yeti or something. It's fine.
She has a pretty face.
I know,
It's just she
kidding.
has like this weird forehead thing going on.
Anyone that listens to this,
all right.
it doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter,
It does not matter. Anyway, the two of them see each other in the hall.
right?
And
And he's
it's-
like, "What are you
she's
doing?"
walking like a geisha girl, slow
Oh yeah,
and
she's
super
just
tiny
doing this little like,
steps.
boop,
Yeah.
boop, 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 like
Right.
little-
He goes,
And there's no
"Hey."
reason for it. She's just walking that
She's
way.
just
Well, she also ended up being late, so
Well, she
she's
says.
locked out. She's just in
Got
loose.
locked
yeah.
out.
She's just loose. You're just left in the courtyard.
That's not how school should work. You don't
What?
want kids loose.
Yeah, get them in the room.
Yeah. Instead, this place is like
Like, no.
locking them out.
They got to
We
discipline.
gotta preserve our education.
Discipline.
yeah, right. If you miss school, you miss life, man.
Mhm.
It's like they got a tank
And
of
you
education
miss
juice in
life.
the back of the school, and it can only be used so much every day. It's it's like rationing education.
Sorry, no school for you
Sorry,
today.
sorry
You gotta
guys.
wait for more to come in.
Yeah.
What? More school?
More.
They're
what?
working as hard as they can down at the school mine, excavating all this school for us and
See, like,
processing it
kids,
in a
like, with
refinery.
pickaxes digging, like math books out of rocks.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah, the students that couldn't get into school work in like trades,
Right.
excavating school
Right.
for real students who can handle it. They're just breaking
Anyway.
their backs every day to
To get the education.
yeah.
Bricks.
Mhm.
Everyone break,
educa-
get your brick today. Oh God. Anyway, well, even when we haven't even gotten to the
I know.
to the fucking
Okay,
lunchroom with the juices.
Oh, Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
It's like later. Say that.
Oh, maybe that is school. That was school.
The
Oh my
juice is
God,
the
the
education
juice.
juice.
Jesus Christ, you had to drink the
That's
juice.
what I was trying to say. The juice. It's like precious. It's
I
like
didn't even
spikes.
think about. I forgot
It's
about
like
the
Dune or
juice.
something. I have to save the juice.
All right, we gotta move on.
Yeah, we got to get to this giant montage we're about to talk
Jesus
about.
Christ. So he's like, "What are you doing?" She was like, "I was late, so I'm just waiting in the hallway and being embarrassed about it." And he goes, "You want to go eat breakfast with me?" And she's like, "Sure." And then we get this long montage of awesome looking cool things to do in Mexico City.
Yeah, it looked like a tourism video. It was
Yeah,
like
it was great.
all these sites.
They like take a picture with it on donkeys, on fake
oh
donkeys.
yeah,
and
with a sombrero
he
and
buys
a
her balloons.
serape, and I was like,
They
"Would
feed
you
the
really
ducks.
do this?" Yeah, they
They eat white goo.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh my God. Him eating ice cream was hysterical.
We're not exactly sure it was ice cream.
I think they just filmed for so long that it became soupy.
I don't know. I think it might have been something else. It might have.
it had a viscosity to it that was beyond ice cream to me.
And beyond
ice cream.
beyond melted ice cream. It like
I
or
don't
maybe
know.
maybe it was like a custard. And oh my god, she eats it like seduct.
And he's
Well, no.
like,
Well, she doesn't eat it.
she's eating it like a
just-
human being.
Yeah, she's
and
just
he's
eating it like
staring at
normal.
her like a creep.
Oh my god.
because she's putting white shit in her mouth. It's disgusting. And it's like, and like you man said, it's like, are we watching children right now?
Yeah, I was like,
Like-
what the fuck's
Yeah.
going on?
And he's just like, holy shit, that could be my dick. Like,
I'm glad Kathy said it. 'Cause you're right. It's true.
but then when she sees him looking at her, it's all like, oh god, I'm
Oh.
embarrassed that you
Right.
caught me looking at you like a fucking maniac while you're just trying to eat fucking food.
But she likes it, and
Like, she
that's
knows
just
what
then
he's
they
thinking.
they
Do I look
feed
like I'm
each other.
shoveling cum into my mouth? Oops.
They feed each other some of each other's whatever the glop is.
Their porridge.
Dude, I don't know. That scene made me laugh pretty hard because it was just like, this is awkward and weird and inappropriate.
Right.
Like,
It's
what the fuck's
very
going on?
odd.
But it's only the tip of the iceberg of that. So.
Well, yes. They probably do something else we're forgetting during the montage, but it doesn't matter. It's just them having
Yeah,
a great
they're-
time.
they're
Yeah.
having a
Oh,
wonderful
having a
time.
great time. And
And
then he
it-
walks her
falling in
back.
love.
It ends with him like riding his bike to her front door, and she
Yeah.
kisses him, and he is like, "Holy!"
And it's a very
fucking
like
shit.
thin-lipped kiss.
almost a
Yeah.
non
It's just like
thing.
it's like a,
Well,
oh,
Kathy, that's a kiss from a guy that can wear certain pajamas.
God.
Yeah,
It's like the most chaste kiss. It's like
Yes. These things,
and then he
if
is.
they looked
fucking
younger, this might all
hooked.
kind of work better.
Yes.
But
You know,
it's
they're
so
like
but it's-
30-year-olds.
Hold on. If they what? If they looked
Okay.
younger,
Not
that last
not
scene
what
would
happens
be even
later.
more disgusting, and that other scene would be more disgusting.
I don't know if they look younger, their innocence of trying to mimic what they think
If
of
you
it.
just
You know what I mean?
accept that it takes place in the fourth dimension,
Yeah, it
it's
does.
fine.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like he could have looked like an old man in any one of these scenes. It doesn't matter.
it just ages.
It's the fourth
30
dimension.
years
It's
every
fine.
scene. It's fine. So yeah, they kiss, the thin lip kiss.
Yeah.
He's hooked on it. He rides his bike to Tony, and he's like,
Tony's
like
house.
throwing up.
Well, Tony
that's
lives
right.
in like a trailer house or something.
It's an apartment complex. It's just, the room just is set up very weird.
and his room is covered in pictures of there's the bikini woman and cigarettes.
No, that's
Michael's room.
Is that Michael's room?
That's Michael's
Tony's
room.
room is.
It looks like
has
a
the
dorm.
cross on that whole wall was like
Oh, I was
just
talking
a
about.
cross.
Remember when he walks in the door to the right of the door? There was like cigarettes hanging next to the door.
Oh, there were.
And there's, like,
It's like
a
That's
bikini
when
counter?
that's when you first see his bedroom when he goes up to go to bed.
No, that's Tony's, man.
Is
'cause
that
that's-
Tony's
Yeah,
house?
because you
Oh,
swing,
you're right.
You swing
No,
to
you're
the
right.
left.
The cigarette wall.
Yeah,
is Tony's house.
it's just like
Yeah.
it's like
Marlboro cigarettes.
Yeah.
just
The
like
sponsor of fucking Don't Panic.
yeah, it really is.
It really is.
It's the only
yeah.
logo you're allowed to see in the home.
They're
video.
Yeah.
set up. It's set up like a modern art piece almost.
Yeah,
you
but
know
it's
what I mean?
made
They're
out
just
of
like
cigarette
hanging
boxes.
off of the ceiling.
And the wood paneling is I've never seen wood paneling like that. It's like it's got like a weave pattern of wood. That's all
Oh,
different
yeah.
colors
It's-
and different wood grain textures.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be a very like modern house, which I was like, okay, yes.
Okay, yeah.
But it kind of looked like a college dorm kind of thing.
the
and,
layout looks like
but we're
trailer.
supposed to think that this is high school, so maybe there are like boarding schools there, and he's like
And
living.
Tony
But
lives in
Tony
that?
might be like an older kid who already graduated.
I mean, he's already
that
playing with
friends
dark forces, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So, well, anyway, he
I
walks
don't know.
in. Tony's vomiting in the toilet.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
which
he's-
is clearly the first sign of what is to come. But
right,
I
but he assumes it's alcohol.
right.
Tony's becoming an alcoholic, right? Like,
Because everybody's an
Well,
alcoholic.
this is the day after the party, and he was
Right.
drunk
at the party.
at the party. Because
I
that's when he
guess.
goes like, he apologized. He's like, I can't believe how drunk I was. I'm so sorry I said that thing about your mom.
and he lays
Yes.
on his bed.
and
he
I
lays
can't
on Tony's-
believe I
Michael-
fucking got a Ouija board out again. That's crazy.
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
stuff that he did, he's like, oh gosh, I should have known better. And it's like, then why did you
why
do
did you
it?
It's
do
all
it,
stuff that
man.
needed prior planning. It couldn't
Right.
have been anything you accomplished once
Right.
you were already drunk at someone's birthday
Right.
party.
Right.
Quick, run out! Somebody run out! Find a Ouija board. Like what?
I
And
want
it's
to
not like
fuck
Parker
with this
Brothers
guy.
was making them then. Like Parker Brothers didn't start making them until like mid '90s, I think.
Oh really?
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't
Like
know
Ouija
that.
boards had to be like handmade, or you buy them from another. You know, they
I
weren't
didn't realize
mass produced
until the 90s. Huh?
Really?
Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Well, Parker Brothers is the one that made it like available to everyone, which is really funny if you think about it. But anyway, I remember Michael lays on Tony's bed while they're talking about this, which I thought was funny. He like does a sideways lay.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like reading his book, and Tony has no shirt on, and it's like,
Oh yeah.
what? He's a high school kid that just skipped school to go on a date, and then he goes to his friend's seemingly lonely apartment where he has no parents.
Yeah, and
there's vodka bottles next to the bed. Like,
but there's a cross in the wall.
A
Everything's
cross in the
cool,
wall.
man.
like what the
but
hell?
the drinking thing doesn't seem to be a big deal.
No one addresses it.
No one.
Except
Yes.
for the mother, even though
Well,
other people seem to be
Yeah.
drinking
Drinking
just
all
as
the
much.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's the only one where they're like, "Well, you know you're an alcoholic."
She must have done something crazy as hell.
Right.
That everybody is just like, we are never going to forget this, Linda. Okay?
We will never forget the thing that we will never talk about again.
Or show.
Do you hear me?
She like showed up at the school and spilled the juice.
Yeah.
You spilled a whole
yeah.
fucking like generations worth of knowledge of education down the drain.
Generations of knowledge.
50 men lost their lives
To get
getting that knowledge
precious
for you.
Knowledge juice. How dare you, Linda?
How fucking dare you?
The whole town. That Linda's like the town black sheep because of the
Whatever
hater.
she did.
She just
Yeah.
sits in her bed and wails all day. That's her penance.
Staring at a bottle and a picture.
We had there was like a dark age for like 3 years because she spilled all the education juice down the. Then everybody was just an idiot until more came in.
And that's why this is all actually happening.
Because they're all so
Because
dumb.
the sins of the fathers
Right.
will visit the...
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Right. That's how
When
you
is
don't...
something, their sons.
If he had more juice, he would have known about Virgil's true nature. Well, we'll get to that. Anyway, what else happens in the scene with Tony and Michael at his house?
Oh, he gives him the rose. He's like, you gotta
Oh,
give
yeah.
that lady a rose, and he gives him a rose, and he's like,
what
say
the hell?
this shit.
Yeah.
That's like, as long as there's love between us, this
rose will never wilt.
Rose will never wilt.
Yes.
Which
And
is
he's like, wow,
weird
that's
thing
so
to give to a woman.
cool.
Yeah.
I'll do that. Thanks, man.
Right.
And he leaves.
Do we cut to the next
Then
day
he
at
goes
school?
home.
Or does anything
Oh, yeah,
happen?
no, it shows him next day at school.
Or no, does he go home and then he has a nightmare, right? The first nightmare. Remember, because you guys
Yes.
forgot about the first nightmare, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
telling
yeah.
you it happened. Because he goes home and he's
No, I
sleeping.
thought the first nightmare was the girl.
No,
I
'cause
thought
it's
so,
that,
too.
it's that other guy who died. The one that we don't care about so much. We basically forgot.
What was his name, like Philip?
Yeah.
or something? I can't
It's the
remember.
first nightmare that
Okay.
Michael has in his bed.
That's right, because I was like, ooh, sweaty boy dreams after he just had
Right,
a
Yeah.
he's like having like a
successful
wet. It
date.
looks like he's having a wet dream, but
Yeah.
it turns out he's having a demon dream.
Yes,
And
because
he
he can
seems-
see what the demon sees.
He and he sees through POV of somebody killing that guy. What was his name? Phil.
Phil or
Let's
Philip?
call him
He
Phil.
was like, he said one thing in that scene where it was
Doesn't
all of them
matter,
at
right.
the party.
He was the guy who laughed at the guy pouring the alcohol.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
everything. Like he
he's-
barely said a word.
He was
Phil
like,
gets killed with
fuck
a
this.
dagger. He gets killed with a very ornate dagger.
Yeah, he gets
Then
stabbed
it's-
a whole
yeah.
bunch with this cool looking dagger.
And
Mhm.
Michael gets like he sees it happening. Is that when he? it's
No.
not-
No. The first dream is the bloody hand reaching through the ceiling.
Oh, that's right.
Is that?
Yeah.
Well, when does the? I know that we see the guy getting. I remember.
See,
it.
that's what I'm telling you, man. I don't think we saw that.
How could I make that up in my
I
mind?
don't know. The first dream, the news tells you that,
Yeah,
someone
okay.
had previously died,
Yes.
but I don't think we see it.
Man,
until
I remember
that girl
seeing
dies.
a man slashed to death in the movie. Were you guys looking at your phone or something?
I don't remember that. The first dream is the ceiling starts pounding like something's
Right.
hitting it, and then a bloody.
remember that.
A bloody
yes.
hand goes
Four-fingered
through,
hand comes
and then it
out
kind
and
of like
drips-
hides for a second.
Well,
like,
drips blood in his mouth, and he like wakes
Which in
up to see it,
retrospect,
and then
what
it
happens
sucks
in the
back
movie
in.
makes no sense.
yeah.
It doesn't follow the rest of the movie. Because
What?
we were thinking
What
it
if
was
he wasn't? Because he saw the hand. He wasn't dreaming because remember we figured out all those visions are real. They're happening.
yeah.
Right.
So he wasn't seeing his ceiling. He was seeing
The-
Tony's ceiling.
That's what happened to Tony before he got murdered. Maybe.
Maybe.
Because he felt the blood drip on him and everything.
And then he just woke up and there's nothing.
Right.
Mhm.
Is that the first
Maybe.
appearance of the pajamas.
Yes.
Yes.
Because Kathy was like, "Why is he dressed like Spider-Man?"
But he's not dressed like Spider-Man.
No, we get to see it more, and he's wearing like.
But he's wearing
God.
jammy jams.
He is wearing like a toddler's.
And like,
set
there's
of,
even like a little
pajamas.
belly showing. Like,
Yeah.
you know, when
no,
you're
it's
like
Tom
kind
Hanks
of
and
gross.
big.
Yeah.
It's like that.
It's like, yeah.
But
when
it's like dinosaurs, like
It's
on
dinosaurs.
his shirt, right?
Yeah.
It's
I
And
might
like,
have had a set of jammies like that when I was like 10.
so it's like a shirt
You know?
and like pants. But like
but they're elastic at the bottom.
Yeah.
Their pants, dude.
They're blue with red cuffs,
Yeah.
and then a white middle of the shirt that has colorful dinosaurs.
Colorful
He
on it.
wears
dinosaurs
them
and-
every day to go to sleep.
Yes,
every day.
Every night he sleeps in these pajamas.
that's amazing.
I love this movie.
And he's 17. That was his 17th birthday.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's
Did
wearing
you guys wear pajamas in high school?
No.
I just slept in my clothes. Straight up.
Wake up. I just slept in a
and
dumpster.
it's the easiest thing to do, I guess.
Gives a shit.
Usually just climbed in a tree and hope for the best.
And back then, it's like changing before bed. Fuck that. Okay. Anyway, that's just that. He wakes up and there's no blood on him, and the ceiling's fine.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
and he's like, oh,
He's
that's
like, oh,
weird.
this is a bad dream, whatever.
Then he goes to we see him at school, and he's trimmed the rose down to almost nothing for
Just-
some
yeah.
reason.
Well, he cut
took-
off the whole stem.
He cut off the
Yeah,
whole
he gave him
stem.
a fucking awesome looking long stem rose, and he trimmed it into like a 3 or 4 inch stem.
Yeah.
And you're like, what is happening?
Yeah,
Why would you
it
do
just
that?
kind of looks like
So
And
unimpressive.
he walks. He
by
walks in the
comparison.
cafeteria, right?
Yes.
You know, the juice dispensary.
And then,
Yes.
oh my God. And that's when he walks in, he's got the flower. He's like, where's Alex? Is that her name? I think.
yeah.
yeah, Alex.
Yeah.
And he's like, where's Alex? He's looking for Alex. And then she's getting kissed on the side of her cheek by,
By this other
what the fuck was his name? John.
John.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
the Duracell battery
John!
guy.
Yes, the
Jan.
Duracell battery guy. Jan!
Jan.
Jan. Well, and then Michael
so
has
he
all
gets
the
all
color
sad.
blood out of his face because his woman is.
And she
Right.
then she sees it.
And she's like, "Oh shit."
and
He
like pushes
saw
him
me.
off.
Eep. And he angrily gets juice.
Is that right after
Dude,
this?
yes, he walks. He like
he walks over
walks
to
away,
the
and she goes,
line.
"No, Michael," and chases him into the line, and then he gets in the line for the
And he
lunch.
just picks up juice.
Dude, it's not even like it was sitting there and he chose to take juice.
No,
he
it's
walks
those
up to the
two
line.
juices.
A woman walks up, puts them directly into his hands as he reaches
One
for
brown-
She
it.
knows what he likes.
Yeah, one
No,
brown, one
orange.
orange. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck did she just
And
hand
it
him?
wasn't bubbly. It wasn't like brown
No.
soda. It was just like brown flat.
It's just
That's all he
just
bought.
juice.
Yes.
He like ignores her when she tries to talk to him because he's
Well,
his eyeballs are all weird when he woke up. His eyes
Yes,
are
oh,
red.
that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And he looked in the mirror and he was like, "Oh my god!" Because he has breakfast with his mom, and his mom's like, "Why the fuck are you wearing those glasses?" And he says, "It's sunglasses day at
It's
school,
sunglasses
So I
day.
need to bring
Sunglasses
them."
Day, right.
Mom."
And that's also when we missed when he saw the TV in the kitchen with his mom.
Oh yeah,
The
and
TV has the Videodrome effect of something
A
That's
coming
face
out of the
right.
screen.
That was
screens
actually
out.
kind of cool.
it was really cool. And it said it was like Michael Christie's gonna be murdered.
Yes.
You must warn her. And he was like, "Oh."
He's like,
I gotta
"Wait,
get to
what?"
school."
Yeah, I think.
We missed all that. Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
and then he does everything we just
Yeah.
said. He's in line. He gets the juice.
he buys only the
I love this
juices.
though. When he buys the juice, they keep walking, and the only other two pieces of food are like a milkshake
yeah.
and a lonely burger that is like sitting right on the counter.
Just your typical American lunch.
2 juices, a milkshake, and a burger. Whatever. So
Sure.
yeah, he
well,
goes.
he ignores her in the line
Yeah.
because he doesn't want her to see his weird eyes or whatever.
Right.
To the point where she's just like, "You're a fucking asshole."
Oh right. She's like, "Oh my god, I
see
don't
how
even understand you
I see
anymore."
what kind of person you are, you fucking dickhead. You. Oh
Right.
no,
Wait, did they already
no,
like
they
have
didn't.
chaste sex?
they had to have.
Oh yeah, they would have had sex.
They had
already.
that very
before
well
that.
because like
Man.
nothing actually happened because it was like they
Okay, hold on. Here's what happens. No, at the lunch line, he is like, I can't," and she's like, "What?"
No, they had to have sex before the lunch because I remember when she says that she's pissed because she thinks he's like he fucked her and then he's blowing her up.
right.
Okay, so we're not there yet. When
We
he
missed the
gets
sex
mad,
scene.
yeah, no, yeah. Well, there's a lot more. We
Yeah.
just skipped ahead because that's what happens when he gets mad and storms off, and she chases him. Is when he's like staring out the window with the rose on the table and she comes in the
Yes.
room. And we made that joke of like, oh, I knew I'd
I'm at my
find you
thinking
here.
spot. Yeah, right.
Because he's sitting there and she they reconcile in a really fucking lackluster manner.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
yeah.
But then they immediately just start making out, and then he gives her the rose, explains the
Oh,
whole
and the
ordeal
making out
of
is so
of the
wonderful.
wilting.
Oh my
It's
God.
just him moving his his
Snake,
head
like-
back and he's like snaking his head like
That's how you make
back
out,
and
Kathy.
forth
You just
over.
rock your
Dude,
head
that's
back
hot.
and forth.
It's hot
It's like
shit.
he's tilling a field.
Sow them oats.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that when they cut? They
They
fade
cut
them
to
in
like the
bed?
very soft focus, like
So they're kissing fully clothed in a school.
well, he has his shirt off.
No. Well, as I'm saying, they're kissing. They first kiss there, and then
Oh.
it's sort of just like white wipes into a shot of
Yes.
them kissing sideways,
Oh,
and you're
like
like,
in a
wait,
bed
where are
somewhere.
they? Now
Are
they're
they
in a
fucking
bed,
school, but
and
yeah.
he's not wearing a shirt, and you're like, wait a minute, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And then there is a sex scene between these two children.
Yeah, but it's just
I
more.
mean, it's done
more
well,
of like
I
the
guess.
tilling
Yes.
mouth, and it's more.
I mean, if they're, we're not told what age they are, but it's not. No one's.
He's
He's
17.
Right, so she's probably either that or younger,
She's
right?
definitely younger.
So she's probably
Because John
16
is
or
probably
less.
in his class, and she's his sister that he's all like protective.
So we're
of.
watching a 17 and 16-year-old probably have sex.
But like,
Yes.
but like,
To
but
an
like in this
extent.
very like gentle, weird way where it's like
It's like
they
Mexican
left
soap
room
opera
for the
love.
Holy
Yes, yeah,
Spirit.
yes.
Yeah.
No.
It was like almost fuzzy.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
yeah,
wasn't fucking. It was like love. They were
Yes.
making love.
They were making love because they love
Yes.
each other, and then
Hence the rose.
he gives her the rose.
Says it will as long as our love
Yeah,
stands.
and he says he
Right.
loves her, and she loves him. And then the next day they have the lunch.
I think there's a nightmare in there though, of him seeing a kid.
Yeah, because he doesn't
Yes.
stay at their. Where have they fucked and when? Whose house did they fuck in? Where were the parents? Does anybody
well,
know
all
that they
parents are
just
alcoholics, so
Yeah,
I guess it was
nobody's
his
paying attention to their kids.
yeah.
in
Was it
this-
his bed? I can't even remember.
I don't
what
remember the
looked like.
bedroom. I don't remember.
He had that enormous bed
He had like a
in
king
front of a
size
huge
bed.
window.
It was
too.
Yeah.
really big.
It was
Even
it
maybe
looked like two
bigger than
beds.
a king.
I think it was two beds put
Like
together.
two queens next to each
Yeah,
other.
it
But
was-
like, and then
it was
him
very
in this
big.
giant bed with those jammy jams on, I was
Looks
like,
so-
this is so weird.
This guy got laid.
Yes,
my
because
God.
he's in his underwear, like watching TV at this point, right? No.
No, he is watching TV.
No. He's sleeping. He wakes up, starts crawling around like a weird
Because
monster.
he starts seeing another. Well,
and
he
then we
sees another,
see that
that's right.
we see the Lucy girl or whatever,
Get-
like looking like she's scared of
And
something.
he's acting kind of like a dog.
Yes.
Yeah, he
But
is
hey,
acting like the
There's
dog.
a hellhound
yeah,
through line.
I forgot about that.
There's a hellhound through line in this. They
He
wanted
did.
to
He
be
started
that.
like leaping around the room.
Yeah,
on all
and there was
fours.
like kind of growling maybe
And
a
he's
little bit.
crawling to the sink.
Yeah, and he crawls to the sink because he
You
needs
see her
water.
that Lucy girl get
stabbed
completely
a bunch
stabbed.
of times.
She's
and,
dead.
Oh, he goes right in her skull with the
Yeah.
last
Right.
blow.
And he's like trying to get water to
He's like, yes.
wash his face because he's like trying to break
And
out
at this
of
point,
it.
his mom is like on the bathroom door, like, "Is everything okay?
Right, right.
Is everything okay, Michael?"
Yes,
And he's
oh,
not
yeah.
answering her
I
because
swear I'm
like
sober, Michael.
and
Yeah, like-
all the water is like blood
It's
now.
blood
Oh
coming
yes,
out of the
yes,
faucet.
and his face is covered in blood, and he's just like
None on his
"Woo!"
jammies. They made sure that his
Yeah, oh,
jammies were completely
jammies
bloodless
totally
because they
clean.
knew they needed them for several scenes.
They
Yes.
did.
Yes.
We only have one pair of these jammies.
No, just his face. So yeah, and then it all disappears.
Yes.
The blood, everything. Is
And he's
gone.
like, "No, I'm fine." And she's like, "Oh, okay, cool.
Well,
I'll
see
go
you
back
later.
to bed." After I freaked out screaming in the hallway while you ignored me for the last like 3 minutes
Right.
while I screamed your name on the other side of this door. I'll just go to bed.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
I love like movie reactions
yeah,
of
like,
stuff.
okay, you're fine.
Oh,
All right.
oh, they said they're fine.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay. Well, I am an alcoholic, so I'll just go to bed.
I'm never fine, so how the fuck do I know? I'm just go to
I
sleep.
owe you the trust that I've ruined your childhood. So.
Yeah, so
Right? Yeah.
okay, so that all that happens, she's like, whatever, I'm going to sleep.
So now this is when he's looking in the mirror and sees his eyes are all red.
His eyes are all red.
Right.
And
What
then
the fuck is up with my eyes?
Is the next day the cafeteria with the juice happens.
Yeah, and the breakfast with his mom. And
We
all
got
that.
so focused on the juice, we just
Yeah,
wanted
we
to
got-
get
I know
straight
we
to
really
it.
wanted
So he
to
has
talk
breakfast with his mom, and the small TV in the kitchen has a face come out of it.
Yes.
Yeah, we did. We talked
Yeah, we
about all
talked
that.
about it.
Okay.
I'm just trying to
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
And
Okay.
then we go to the
get
cafeteria.
he
He gets
buys
the
the
juice.
juice.
He sits down with 2 giant juices.
And
And then he
at
gets
this point,
mad.
no, he sits down with the 2 giant juices, and I think at this point, he's avoiding her with the glasses. She thinks he's an asshole, so then John, the guy who was kissing her on the cheek, and another guy start like bullying him
Oh, right.
while he's trying to
Right.
drink his juice, and they
I'm
eventually
just trying
like
to drink my juice.
he like
John,
gets
drink my
up to
juice,
get away
man.
from him, and John like trips him, and his glasses fall. And I love that. I thought there was gonna be like a magic moment of
thought
him
he was
like
gonna, like,
summon the
telekinesis
glasses.
them. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it didn't happen. He like puts his hand out, and John just like crushes
Smashes him.
wearing moccasins, like
Moccasins.
not hard sole shoe, just
and
like
then
a soft sole
Benetton
shoe.
sweater, like
Yes.
United Colors of Benetton.
God damn it! Everybody looks
Yeah.
insane in this movie. It's great.
It's a style. It's a specific
There's a
style.
style to it.
There's
Yes.
a, there's
He's
a,
supposed to be
for a period of time.
intimidating. Like he should have been wearing a boot, like a
I
boot
know, I
stomping down in that
But
scene
it
would have
was
been
a
like.
soft
But it was
moccasin.
just like a fucking moccasin crushing a thing. You're like,
That
God
should
damn,
teach
that's
us that
weird.
the real enemies are just they're among us. You can't be.
Doesn't matter. Your
Stifled.
footwear doesn't matter, man. It's
Fine.
It's what you
fine.
do with your foot.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The shoe
get
is just a vehicle for violence. I get it.
Right.
The,
What
the
happens
foot is
after
the real
What happens
aggressor.
after the sunglass smash?
He
though?
smashes the glasses. He's like, "You're a fucking loser." His eyes are normal, and he's like, "Oh, okay. Well, that's
Oh,
nice.
right.
Now everybody doesn't think I'm crazy." Then he's in class, all sad as fuck.
Right.
Someone
Yes.
throws a paper
Which is
ball
this
at
is a
him.
Nightmare on Elm Street scene.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like straight out of the movie.
Oh yeah.
Teacher's talking about like romance poets, and someone throws like a paper ball at him, and it like wakes him up, and then the teacher like says something like, "Michael,
Yeah.
Christy's going to be murdered.
Oh right.
You need to get her out of the city limits." I love that line. You
City
must get her without
limit.
outside of the
It's
city.
geographical.
Yeah,
Right.
what? Without this outside the city limits by midnight.
I guess it
Tonight.
makes sense since we
That's
find
where
out
the
how
vortex
the killer.
is. No.
Well, we find out like what about the killer later. Then I guess that would make sense.
I guess.
I
Well, it
guess.
is a physical thing. It's not.
He's
You know what I
in
mean?
a place. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. All right.
You can run from the thing killing people. That's
true.
spoiler alert. I mean, that's true.
All right.
So yeah,
And he's like, "What the fuck?" And then
then
he
he
looks
looks at the-
over at Christy, and she's all
Covered in
covered
blood.
in blood, and
She's
dressed like a
wearing-
nure.
Yeah, and she's wearing all white and covered in blood.
Yes.
Right.
Oh yeah.
right.
Yeah. the
Oh
nurse.
wait, no. I guess her outfit was all white in that.
Her
scene,
outfit
too.
was all white because it's the other girl that's the nurse. Right?
No,
No,
she's
no,
the one.
she's the
Yeah,
nurse.
she's the nurse.
She's the nurse. She just wasn't in that. She was just dressed
All
like,
in
in her
white
school
for some
clothes.
reason, but it
Okay.
was
and
all
covered
white.
in blood.
Okay.
She was like
She was
covered in
wearing
white.
white school clothes.
Yeah, and
covered
cut
in
and like
blood.
Okay,
bleeding
okay.
still,
Yeah.
and like a trail of it was leading towards his desk. So he like steps from his desk, and the teacher's like, "Michael," and he's
Sit
like,
down. Right.
He's like, oh,
"I'm
no,
sorry,
I'm fine,
nothing,
I'm fine.
everything's
I'm
wrong."
sorry, my
and
mom
then
is a
she
drunk,
just
I have
like
to leave.
giggles as he looks at her like, "Oh, you're dead. This
Right.
sucks. This is weird." Then
What leads to him going over her house at night? What's between that?
he's trying to
What-
ignore it. He's trying to. It's him in his jammy jams in the giant bed watching TV, trying to like not
Right. Yeah.
be like save this person kind of a thing.
But then he has one of the visions, right? Where he sees what the guy's looking at.
yes, and he sees the guy at the hospital like behind a door.
Right.
And he's like, "Oh my god, it's 11:40. I gotta fucking do something." So he sneaks out of his window.
And
Doesn't
he
he go
goes
to her
to
house?
His mom at this point thinks something's up.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it seems like she knows more than
She's,
She's letting
but
on,
she doesn't.
but she doesn't ever
Her
actually know.
storyline is
Dude.
fucking useless. It doesn't go
It's
anywhere.
unreal.
So
It's
it doesn't-
just for people to yell at her about being an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
what
like,
yell at
this
a
wouldn't have
woman for-
happened if you hadn't been a fucking alcoholic, Deborah.
Well, do we skip the part where somebody confronts her about him possibly having problems? The doctor.
we miss a thing. He's doing laundry.
Because remember, she takes him to the doctor at one point.
Who's doing laundry?
Michael's doing laundry. Yes, Michael's doing laundry, and he walks by his mom on the phone calling his dad. And being like,
Yes.
"You need to come see your son immediately."
Oh,
and
right.
he's and he's basically like, I got business. And she's like, "Your son's losing his fucking mind." And you need
Oh,
right.
right. And
you
he
need-
like
and
overhears
well, if
it.
something happens to him, it's not my fault, it's yours, and
Right,
hangs
right,
up the
right.
phone.
Yes.
Then he goes in the room and is trying to ignore shit. looks at the clock, says it's 11:40, has the vision, goes out the window in his jammy jams to go hunt down a serial killer,
Yes.
a supernatural serial killer that he can see through
Jamie
the eyes
Jams
of.
in
or
like
something.
white tennis shoes.
Yes. He gets
Is that when he goes to her house?
He goes to
though?
her house and rings the doorbell, and
and then
John,
Duracell Man comes out.
yeah, and and reveals that he's her brother, which we had no idea up until this point.
No, not at all.
And he's like, "Leave my sister alone, you fucking creep! You're gonna fuck her and leave her alone too," because he's mad about Alex. And he's like, "No, she's in trouble. Somebody's gonna hurt her." And he's like, "Get the fuck away from my family."
And he used
in
to
my
date
house
Alex,
now.
right? Like he
No,
was.
he
was the guy
says-
kissing her on the cheek, right?
Yeah, she said when before they have sex, she says something like, "He's just jealous because I like you."
Oh,
or whatever.
right,
and
right,
that's
right.
Before
Yeah,
they start
yeah.
kissing and everything. But he's like, "Get the fuck out of my house!" And then he's like, "I guess I gotta go to the hospital." And he rides his bike to the hospital.
Oh man, and he rides past the sign.
Oh,
that
my
says General.
Lord.
It says General
It
Hospital.
says General Hospital.
But it
Oh,
looks
my God.
again like the sign from the school, like somebody painted it.
Yes.
Yes.
That one looked like it was just like black, like electrical tape
Yes.
put over a white board. Like they were
Oh,
just
it
like,
was
"Oh,
so
this
good.
sign's empty. Put some tape on it." So it says it's a hospital. It looked crazy.
It's amazing. I love it. But the
he-
hospital's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
That's
hospital.
really
Yeah,
cool.
Super
totally.
beautiful. Yeah, it's a really nice hospital.
He goes in the hospital. The woman at the counter is like, "Nah, it's too late.
You
It's
can't
not a
do- yeah.
hospital. Is it a hospital?"
Yes, it's a hospital.
Okay.
It says General
That's
Hospital.
right. Yeah. And she's like,
What else could it
sorry,
be?
Sorry, I don't
Generalized
know because they
hospital.
treat it like it's a facility, not like a place anybody.
Well, number one,
she
it's
acts like
also
you
like-
shouldn't. Oh, what do you mean you need to come into the hospital?
Yeah.
It's like,
Remember too,
but
it's also midnight, and it shows us glimpses. as
she's in
trying to get
high
it.
school.
She's in high school, working at a hospital in a lab at midnight.
At midnight, yes.
What?
Yeah.
Like what?
This is this
Why?
movie just is like everybody is. It's like a survey. How old are the characters in this movie? Well, they're 18 to 26.
Right.
Yeah.
18 to 26.
Yeah, I mean, they're
Right,
just
yeah.
like they do all the stuff that demographic of people do. Oh, well, they hold jobs, they go to like, but
They
it's
fuck
like
and they do drink and yeah. Smoke cigarettes. It's all one.
it's nuts. It's awesome.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And so she's in a lab. She's shown in a lab where she's like doing a blood separation test. You know, one of those
Well,
spinners.
she's just-
Putting
she
stuff
just
in a
has-
a centrifuge.
She just
centrifuge,
has,
right.
test tubes of blood just hanging out.
At midnight as a high schooler.
Yeah, you know.
Not knowing she's about to get attacked by a demon.
Mm-mm.
Right. And he's running around the hospital looking
Well, the woman's
for her,
like,
right?
"Nah, you can't come in." He's like,
Right,
"But it's
yeah.
serious," and she's like, "You're in your fucking pajamas
Yes.
and you look like a grown man. Please
Just-
leave."
yeah. And so
But
she
then he
calls,
sneaks on that thing.
She calls security and he sneaks on the elevator.
So now, but then when does he get off? What does he do right after that?
He
'Cause
just
he
starts
doesn't know where he is. Oh, he runs into those two nurses. He's got
Right.
the red eye thing
Because he
going.
starts to see, because the vision of
Yeah.
the demon
Right,
starts
so
to
he
come.
can't
yeah,
see.
He
He
can
can't-
see that he's starting to follow her.
right.
So he can't see where he's going.
But we see like she's at like her counter, and then
Right.
she turns around, and you see the vision.
right, and then she's like
started
trying to
attack her.
hide and stuff too.
She runs from the attacker.
Yes. but
And
we
then
don't
he
see
runs
who it
into
is.
those nurses, and he's
And he's
like,
like, "Where's the
well, where
lab?"
is it? Where's the
Right,
lab?"
where's
And
the
they're like,
lab?
"Oh, we're gonna tell you." And they're like, they fall
Use
over.
the
I think.
stairwell to the right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Very specific directions. It was very good.
Yeah.
Because then he
He
gets
got
up,
right
he
there.
uses those stairwells, and then he's still just running around a hallway like, I
Yeah.
don't know where I am. And then a security
Right.
guard like clamps his hand on him.
Right.
And he's like, "I got him. We're good." And he's like, "No, this woman's going to get killed." And he goes, "I'll look into it. Let me call somebody real quick."
Oh yeah, he's like, "Everybody, listen to me."
So he has listen to me. When he calls the
forgot about
lab.
Yeah. Everybody, listen to me.
He calls the lab, and she's like hiding, but the phone's like right there. But while he's calling the lab, the woman from the front shows up with an actual cop who
Right.
just starts handcuffing him. But then the guy on the phone
A lot of
like
security.
hangs up,
Yeah.
and she then tries to answer the phone after he stopped calling, because she first went to get up and she heard a noise, so she went back.
Right.
And
right.
then
right.
when she finally goes for it, he stops, and
Right.
then the thing shows up on her again and just starts killing her, right?
Right.
Yeah. It just starts stabbing her
Right.
to death.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then they're
And they start to arrest him and dragging him down the hallway, and then the stabbed lady falls out of a door.
yes.
Onto
Onto
another
another
nurse.
lady. Right.
Who just starts screaming, and then the cops see that, and he escapes at that point
Yes.
because both cops went to go look at the dead
Yes.
body, and he runs away from the hospital.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that's
okay.
He runs down those beautiful steps.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that fucking cool ass stairwell.
Cool ass
And
stairwell.
his jammy jam still.
And his jammies. And his dino jammies.
He's in these jammy jams
For
for
a
a
lot.
considerable portion of the.
It's so
decent
good. They
amount
don't
of
bother
it.
to. Oh shit!
Wow.
It's been an hour.
Okay, speed it up.
Holy fuck!
What do we
All
got?
right, where are we?
He runs out of the hospital. The cops are like, "What the fuck was that?" There's a dead person. He gets confronted by. We finally get to see who's killing everybody because he's
Yes. Okay.
He's like
Because
leaving
so far
the hospital.
we haven't seen the
and-
face.
Yeah, we haven't seen the face of the
Right,
person
yes,
doing it. We
right,
finally
right.
see it, and it's a demon eyes looking like an
Tony.
undead looking Tony.
Yeah. So he's possessed by a demon at this point. A
And
very powerful
and
demon.
Mike is like, "What the fuck is going on?" He's like, I forget what he says. He goes, "You can't stop this" or something. Does he say anything or does he just run? Do they talk? We see him. I can't remember if he says anything though.
I honestly don't remember.
Tony, like
I
Tony
remember
Khan.
what he
the
says on his
Tony
next
monster.
appearance, but not on this one.
Yeah, maybe he just sees him and runs. I can't remember if they.
I feel like there might be some laughing involved.
There is because
Okay, maybe he just
at this
laughs and he
point
runs
it's pretty
away.
obvious that Tony's like a Freddy Krueger surrogate type
Right.
of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But instead of it being like just like a
Dreams.
nightmare,
He's just
it's like
real.
a demon.
Yeah.
It's like a very real demon that was accessed through the Ouija board.
Yes.
Right. How he got this dagger?
The
No
dagger,
idea where the
yeah,
dagger
comes
is.
The
out of
dagger
nowhere.
it must have been local that he went and picked it up.
Oh, maybe this takes place in the same universe as Slumber Party Massacre 2,
or
where
Evil
you can
Dead.
just dream of a thing into existence.
There you go.
I don't know.
Hey, it's not explained where the dagger.
Or maybe he
comes
dug
from.
it up like the Spear of Destiny in Constantine.
Right.
I don't know. That's what he did first.
Right. That's true. That's true.
So, shit. So,
Well, he runs home and his mom catches him climbing back through the window, but she thinks he's trying to jump out of the window to kill himself. And
Oh, right.
Right,
Yeah.
which
Oh.
and then
also-
she sees the room's all fucked up because
Oh,
he
yeah.
freaks out before he goes. That's what he like destroys his room
Destroys
before
his
he
whole
decides
room.
to
He
go
rips
try
all
to
his
save her.
convertible
His,
posters.
yeah, all
that-
his
Oh, that's
Corvette
right.
posters.
he kind of has this like
Marlboro sports
NASCAR
cars.
oh my, he has a temper tantrum, and then at one point he sits down and he like knocks a thing of like
Oh
crayons.
yeah, but it's shot like he's like a Bionic Man scene,
Yes.
or the $1 Million Man.
Yeah, and so he like just accomplished nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like out of frustration, you know,
Right,
and it's
right,
like,
right.
oh, I'm at the end of my rope. Oh, but like he's also a child in jammy jams still.
God,
Ah,
these
man.
Jays. It's so good.
It puts the movie in a weird area.
It does make it weirder.
Like
The whole
that
jammies make
that
it weird.
costume choice.
Old enough to have
alone.
sex, wearing jammy jams.
We never. I mean, obviously, tidy whities, right? That guy wore tidy
Oh,
whities.
easily.
Well, because the other guy was wearing tidy whities
Yeah.
too. So
You're right. Yep.
Oh,
feel like
yeah,
that's
right.
just-
That was like established. You're right.
All right. So at this point, his mom's like, "You're going crazy, son." She calls a doctor who shows up and injects him with some shit,
with some kind of sedative or
something that puts him to sleep.
And then they
And
ask
then
him if he's
well, the
and he's
dad
wrong.
shows up.
Does he? Because I feel like
No, yeah, the dad comes.
dad does show up.
That's when the dad shows up, and he's like, "Is he okay?" And she's like, "He's fine. No thanks
He doesn't
to you.
yet.
It doesn't
He
matter
doesn't
to you.
need you anymore.
We don't
you
need you." And he's
anymore.
like, "But what did you do? What about all the money I sent you?" And she like opens
Well-
a safe and
Oh,
is
yeah.
like throws this huge pile of money at him. Like, we never needed your money, you piece of shit.
before that happens, though, isn't there the moment with the doc where the doc tells Michael to leave the room, and then he asks the mom like, "Has he had a history of any type of behavior?" And she goes, "Well, I am an alcoholic."
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that's right.
Remember
We
that?
did- yeah.
She like blames herself
Yes.
for
Dude.
all this happening.
Alcoholic
Weird.
letting a Ouija board into the house. That is like,
what
piece
a
of
bad
shit.
mom. God,
So
forces of evil and fucking vodka.
oh, the parents have that discussion
Right.
while someone we don't know who like kidnaps the sedated Michael from
Oh,
his
yeah.
Yeah,
bedroom.
he just picks him up like he's a flower.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
he weighed 3 pounds.
like
just
a
like
rag
throws him
doll.
over. Yeah, throws him
Yeah.
over the shoulder, and he's like,
It's like a
good to
pillow
go.
boy.
Takes him out, drives him somewhere, and then we see Michael wake up, and it's John,
The
the
Duracell man.
brother
Yeah.
of Christy, the nurse that just got killed,
And the guy who
and he's got a shotgun.
the guy who was kissing the guy, woman-
Alex earlier, yes.
Yeah, right.
and he's got a shotgun in his face, and he's like, oh no, they're not. they're like in a field or something.
Yeah,
He
they're in
takes
a
them to
field. Yeah.
and he's like,
Why'd
"Tell
you-
me,
How'd you know?
how did you know? Tell me how you knew before I blow your brains out or whatever." And then he's like, "I had a vision."
And he's like, no, you went to the hospital and killed her. He's like, no, it wasn't me.
It wasn't
Oh,
me.
right,
It was
right.
Tony. It
It
was
was
my
Tony.
friend Tony. There's something wrong with him. I'm afraid of him or something
Right.
like that.
And
And
then he sees the TV thing happen.
Well, that night.
Well,
they
not
go-
yet.
Well, they
He
leave.
Not yet.
convinces him that he's like, I know who did it, and he's like, take me to his house.
Oh,
Take me to
right.
Tony's house.
They go
Right,
to
they
Tony's
go to
house.
Tony's house.
so they can hang out. at Tony's
Just
house.
wait for him.
Tony's
Because they
not
do
there.
just they just chill at Tony's house.
Well,
Yeah.
first when they walk in, where that huge blank wall with nothing but a cross in it. Now
Yeah.
the cross is like stabbed into the wall.
Oh,
and
yeah,
there's
it's
all
like
these weird,
smashed
like,
up.
Yeah.
cracks splitting out of the wall from it.
Because clearly,
they decided to just
Right.
wait for
You
Tony
know.
there,
yeah,
and they're
so-
watching television.
Yes, and they're just watching TV.
and then the face happens again.
The face happens, and this
And-
time it's Tony.
He explains who he is, yeah, but also
It's-
John sees it before. Like,
Right. So
Jan-
now
I mean, that's because fucking Michael's in the background changing out of his pajamas into
Oh,
some of
yes.
Tony's clothes.
Yes.
finally getting out
Finally,
of the
God
jammy
damn
jams.
it. And then,
And, yeah. So we learn that
John's
that
like,
stuff,
what the fuck is going on? And then
John's somebody who doesn't really know Tony like that.
doesn't
well.
know Tony, doesn't believe in
You know what's
supernatural
Mm-hmm.
anything.
That means the mom totally didn't see what was happening in the kitchen.
Maybe she was drunk.
she was drunk.
She's just too drunk. You know she's an alcoholic.
They wrote it in. They made it. They had to do something. They did it. She's so drunk she didn't realize the TV was talking to her son in the kitchen.
I mean, hey,
That's just every day to her.
Yeah, I know. She's
That's just a
like,
Tuesday.
fucking TV's talking again.
You-
yeah,
that started early.
it must be 9. Yeah, it started early. Right. So anyway, he sees like it's happening. He tells
Yeah, it's like
them.
You have to stop. Robert's going to be killed tonight. You have to
Right.
stop him, and that's when
And he
he's
said-
finally
and
like,
we
"Who
learned
are you?"
we learn he's Tony, and we learn that Virgil is in Tony's body.
Yes,
Right.
And
Right.
Tony's in TV.
It's so weird that
He's in like
Or
the
is he
nether.
in-
no,
is
his
he in,
spirit,
like-
well, his spirit is just in the ether.
It's just
and
around.
But what the fuck
the thing that movie
ties Michael's eyeballs to Tony's demon?
something to do with the
Is it
Ouija
because
board
they
that
both
was-
touch the board?
Yes, it has some dumb thing like that.
Oh, it has
The
to
movie
be. Yeah.
deprives
Okay.
us of Tony's transformation downfall.
Entirely. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't show us him.
He gives
like,
him that rose, and then all of a sudden there's a murderer killing someone.
It's yeah,
and-
Tony seems like a nothing character. Him
Well,
turning
and
into
it's
a
his
demon.
best friend too, apparently. And you didn't.
You don't
I
know
didn't really
that.
get that at all.
He turns into
From
a demon
before
off
he moved
screen.
to Mexico City,
I
or
know.
since he's been to
'Cause, yeah,
Mexico
exactly.
City.
I guess it's since, but like he
But
hasn't.
they also
been,
say like they have history where he's like, I'm sorry I ever brought up that
yeah.
Ouija board thing. Like,
It's just there's no scene of like Tony having a nightmare and all like of him being taken over by a demon. There's nothing like that. That
Right.
we would have until this
Yeah.
moment. You really don't know what's going on. Like,
nope.
It could be anything. Well, we learned basically that Tony is a zombie being possessed by a demon.
Right, which is slowly growing
is-
stronger.
Slowly going stronger and physically killing people. He's not just appearing. He's walking all over town.
Yeah, he's got
burning people with a magic dagger.
Yeah.
Because he says this is the part where he says the thing about the dagger, right?
Yeah, he's like
You
the only
have
thing
to-
you have to get the dagger from him and kill
And
him.
kill
with
him
it.
with it. So he's
Right.
using the dagger that has the weapon that can kill him on him, which is really odd to me.
Yeah, I
He's
don't
killing
know.
normal people. He just could have used anything.
Yeah,
Well,
you could
it's
be
like a
shooting
keep your
people.
friends close and your enemies closer,
maybe, I guess.
kind of a thing.
It just doesn't
Hey,
explain
somebody
this.
can't kill me with it if I'm killing them with it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's true.
Offense, not defense.
Right, yeah. So now they're incensed to go save, what's his name?
Robert.
Right.
They go to Robert's house.
They wake him up.
He's on the ground. They think he's already dead, but
He's
he's just drunk.
He's just drunk.
Because they
the
pull
through
out
line
another.
of- yeah.
Alcoholism is crazy. They get him outside. He's in his underpants. He's like, I need pants, y'all. And,
Oh,
I love that this is a
and
plot point.
John
Michael-
is like, fuck your pants. And then
Is it
Mike
Mike
goes,
was like, I will
go
him
get him pants.
pants. You
Just
just
wait.
stay here.
I know what it's like to be in your pajamas for a
Yeah,
long
this-
stretch of time, okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get him some fucking pants.
Get
But it
the
takes
man
him
some
forever to
pants.
go upstairs. And John is a piece of shit. This guy is wasted. He puts him in the back seat of the car and then goes to buy cigarettes a block away.
Marlboro
Yeah.
cigarettes.
Marlboro, three
Oh, yeah.
packs. of
Three
them.
Three
packs.
packs of Marlboro
Three
cigarettes.
packs. I mean, I guess he's preparing to murder a demon, so 3 packs
And
of
he's there-
cigarettes.
I
There's
assumed
probably
they
one
were-
for all 3 of them. Just like, hey guys,
My
we're not gonna
assumption
be
was they were
here.
going to leave the city lines, like
Yeah,
originally.
they're not
right?
gonna have time to stop to get more cigarettes, so he
Right.
had to get
Yeah,
through.
They
it.
got to just drive into the night so that he can't complete his murder
And
spree.
yeah, so while he's doing this thing that is the exact opposite thing of what he should be doing, which is
protecting
protecting this
Robert,
guy,
Yeah.
the demon guy like slits his throat very slowly.
Robert's throat.
Robert's throat
in the car.
Tony does, right.
Yeah, Tony
Yeah.
does. And then
And then
the
Well-
guy gets back in the car.
Well, hold on.
and does
Him
not
buying
check-
cigarettes is the worst joke in the movie. Or I don't even get it.
What do
He
you
goes
mean?
to buy cigarettes and he just has the shotgun under his arm.
Oh,
The guy
right.
behind the counter is like, whoa,
Thinks
whoa,
he's being
whoa,
held
whoa.
up. Right.
And then
Yeah.
we see Robert get killed, and then it cuts back to him, and he's got the packs of cigarettes, and he goes, "Oh, how much do I owe you?" And then it cuts to more murder, and you're like, "That wasn't
Was that a
funny
joke?
or weird?
Yeah.
Was it a joke? Why?"
I think he was like pretending to be like a
Like,
kingpin or something, and like
I don't
I
know.
don't
I couldn't
know.
tell.
I think
if
it was just the fact he forgot he had a gun on him. He's
Oh,
holding a
yeah.
gun.
well, because yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was
Either
supposed
way,
to be
He
funny.
gets
It,
back
it
to
was
the
supposed
car
to be, but it
and
just was weird. and
Robert's
awkward.
dead in the back. He gets in the car. Right, and then we see
He starts smoking a cigarette, and Mike
and then
has
Mike
visions.
comes running.
He has vision. He
has
opens the door of the
visions.
apartment and goes, "Oh shit, he's
Shit.
outside."
Right.
Yeah, right.
Starts
So he's
running
trying to run
down.
back, but he can't see where he's going, so
Yes.
he's like
Falling down the
falling. And then and
gets
this
within
guy's
screaming
sitting in
distance.
the car though,
With a dead
smoking his
body.
cigarette
For
for
a
a while, and he doesn't check.
Well, the
doesn't-
guy was
like, the
drunk. I
guy-
guess he assumed he was just asleep on the
Sleeping.
seat.
He did slump over
Yeah, he
on his
did.
side in the
Right.
back seat. But Michael also just starts screaming the
Yeah.
guy's name. He's like, "John, get out of the car!"
Cody's-
Because he
yeah,
doesn't know where
Cody.
he's just like, "John, get out of the car!" And running around, just
Right.
John, wherever you are, get the fuck out of the car.
Right.
And he doesn't hear him until Tony just pops up in the back seat and then goes. That's where he says
Yeah.
"Do you believe in Satan?"
Yes.
And starts laughing.
And then
line. You're
laughs.
like, what? And now this scene, I just don't understand. Now we have Tony and John on the outside of John's car,
Right.
and Michael is like 50 feet away from the car, blind, basically screaming in the middle of the street.
Right.
Robert's already dead. John doesn't just go over to where Michael is.
No, he doesn't.
Who's screaming, "I can't see anything and I'm useless." Instead of doing that, he starts playing chicken around the car with a fucking demon.
Demon.
And you're like, dude, what the hell
How
is your
you
problem?
doing?
And he thinks he kills it,
And
and
he
then
shoots him in the chest.
and to
Oh,
check
right.
to see if he killed it, he crawls through the car
The most
and
vulnerable
sticks
way.
his head out the window, and
With
then
like
a
the
knife
gun in
just
an awkward
stabs
position.
him.
Yeah.
Like
oh, that's
stabs
right.
him from under his chin
Under
into
his
his
chin
brain.
up.
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
I mean,
it's like
well, we know
everything you could do wrong
He's
in
a
that
jock
situation.
idiot. I mean, they did establish he's
yeah,
an
I
idiot.
guess, but it's just like there's a man who knows what's going on, pleading for you to come help him over there.
Right.
Just right over there. Just go to him. Strike the numbers on top of that. Like, even if he's blind, it's another
Also,
body.
shoot demon zombie things in the head.
Yeah.
Probably.
You know what I mean? Like the demon needs eyes at least.
but
it's
the
using
demon
them.
is growing
Yeah.
stronger,
It
so
is right. We
he
don't really
might
know.
not be as
The powers are not defined.
vulnerable.
You're
Yeah,
right.
they're not
You're
well
right.
defined at all.
Okay,
Oh, no.
we're almost done.
We're getting
We're
there.
getting there. God.
Okay.
So now, then, John, like, pulls the sword out of his head and throws it out the window before he dies.
Right.
And then the demon is now chasing
The sword.
Mike. No,
Oh,
Mike.
Mike, right.
He gets in the car and starts chasing Mike down. And Mike is blind, running through the streets.
Running through the streets
of Mexico
right, yeah.
City, just in traffic screaming, and people are ignoring the fuck out of him until a cop. He also has a gun. We forgot about that.
Oh, right. Because once
John gave him a gun once he saw the
once-
TV thing. He was
Yeah.
like, "Well, here, do you know how to use this?"
and then it cuts instantly.
Oh, that's right. And it could, immediately after this.
Immediately after.
He doesn't even answer.
No, it just cuts.
It's like, do you know how to use this? Well, of course I do.
I'm
a
17.
I'm a 35-year-old 17-year-old.
Don't you see what my pajamas look
I'm
like?
35 teen.
Yeah.
It's totally
35
cool.
teen.
Like, what?
You know that song, Sweet Little 35 Teen.
35 teen.
If you know what I mean.
God damn. She's only 35 teen. Right. See, because I remember the shot of him running through the street looks like this weird upward camera angle of him, just like bobbing up and
the
down.
car wasn't behind him.
It wasn't behind him. No.
But then the cops stop him, and he's like, "They're trying to kill me." And he's like, "Who? The people in the red car." And the red car comes to a stop near them, and the cops go up to the car, but it just has 2 dead bodies in it. And they're like, "What the fuck?" But he's already run away because they both turned their backs on him, and he took the gun again. And they're like, "God, worst cops ever."
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, we did skip a scene where
with the cop that's
the
looking
detective,
for him, but he shows up at the end. There's a detective on the case,
but he
show
does
up. It doesn't
absolute
matter.
fuck all nothing the whole movie.
It does
So
not
matter. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I just popped in my head that scene.
It just
I was
establishes
like, oh,
that he's there at the end. That's what it does. Right.
What happens next? Where
Well,
does
they
he go?
Well, he
goes to
her,
Alex's house.
Yeah, he goes to Alex's house,
Right,
and they're having their fancy
dinner.
dinner party.
Yes, with
Her
like
father's
diplomats
the
or
Mexican
something.
monopoly man, and he's having dinner with a senator of some kind.
Right.
And it's like a very like formal.
Yeah, they're wearing tuxedos and black dresses.
Yeah.
And then she like convinces her daddy to let him stay. For
Well, he
the
bursts
dinner
in all
time.
sweaty, and the man, he's like, "What on earth is happening here? Get this man out of here immediately."
This scene is kind of great.
Do you know him? And she's like, "Yes." And he's like, "Well, he's gross. Get him out of here." And then the senator
He
goes,
looks like a peasant.
the senator goes, why don't we just invite him for dinner? And he goes, "All right,
Yeah,
fine.
it's okay.
You know what? You're right."
Yeah, immediately.
He looks very interesting.
Fine.
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right. Now tell everybody at the table
And
what you wanted to tell my daughter.
He was very interesting.
Fair enough.
He's not boring.
He was definitely not expecting his evening to turn out the way it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of these people are just NPCs in the serenity of this timeline.
Hashtag our last episode.
Yeah.
Right. And so he's trying to sit there and make conversation, but he starts to have a vision again.
And it's from right outside the window. So
like he's seeing himself.
It's awesome, actually. This is the first time that I was hoping they'd do it in the movie, and they did, where he was trying to see himself in the demon's vision to shoot. Because there's a point where he like shoots the wrong way, and then he's like, "Oh wait." It's almost like he saw himself, but from his eyes was like, "Oh, that way."
Yes.
And then had to be like, "Oh no, I'm looking at myself, tracking my gun."
He doesn't
bam.
explain what's happening. He
No,
just gets
everybody
up,
else in the room is
takes
like,
the
"What are
gun
you
out,
doing?"
starts
Out of it, yeah.
He's like blowing up statues, like, and they're just like, "What are you doing?"
This is after they just like agree to have him to dinner, and he
Yeah.
just pulls out the gun like.
It's like 30 seconds later. They're just like, "So what did you want to say?" And he's just like, "Ah, bang, 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 bang." And then he
He
grabs
must
her.
be an alcoholic.
So Alex has
He's
no
clearly
idea.
the son of an alcoholic.
Yeah, right. Clearly, this only that.
Alex
can
has
happen.
no idea what's going on.
Because she has
But
no clue.
the
yeah.
whole town must know about the kids dying because it's on the news.
Right,
We've seen it's
right,
on the news.
right.
He goes, "We got to get out of here." And she goes, "Okay."
So I'll explain later. And
But-
he just pulls her away. Right.
And the dad is like, "Where are you taking my daughter?" It's
daughter.
like, dude, tackle the fucking guy. There's kids getting murdered.
Crazy sweaty dude shows up, fires a gun in your house,
And then takes your daughter, and you just stand there.
do something, yo.
It was crazy. I don't know. That's just crazy to me. And also how like the police aren't looking for him. Like he's been at the hospital where
He
that
can
woman
go
got
anywhere.
murdered. He's now been spotted on the street. There should be like APBs, people, lynch mobs. I don't care, something.
No.
Bunch of pitchforks. Get something.
All those people at the dinner should have seen
There's
him on
kids
television
getting murdered.
by this point.
Yeah,
right?
right. He should have been a wanted individual, a
Like
person
a
of
known
interest.
wanted. Yeah, right. On Pinterest or
A
did you say
person,
Pinterest?
a person of interest,
I thought you said a person on Pinterest.
a person on Pinterest.
On Pinterest
He has a whole board dedicated to this.
to jammies that he loves.
To jammy jams.
Oh,
He
that's
has
my
a jammy
jammies
jam
board. I'm
board.
sorry.
jammies.
You weren't supposed to see that. My jammy dreams. What a weird character.
God damn it. We're almost at the boiler room basically.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
it goes full Nightmare
It's
on
like
Elm Street.
it's Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh,
They
okay.
just gave up. He looks like Freddy Krueger at this point.
right. You
Just with
needed
the
a
hair.
hat. You just needed a hat,
He
really.
just had hair.
Yeah.
Because they run from the house. They go to find the knife.
Right.
They have
But
to
I
find
forget
the
why-
knife to kill him.
But
They
I
steal a
forget why
really
they
bitchin'
think-
ass car. That like cool Mercedes. Looks like
Oh, they
Cruella
steal her
DeVille's.
father's like Coupe de
Oh,
Ville
right.
thing.
Yeah, or Cruella DeVille style. Like it was long. Had
Yeah.
that cool front. It was
Yeah.
a really cool car.
So they go to find Tony.
No, they're not looking for Tony. They're looking for the knife because
But
he saw it get thrown out by
Oh, that's right.
John before he ran away.
John.
So they-
John.
So they go back to that parking lot
Yes.
to get
He
the
finds the knife and he's like, "Hey, cool, I found it." And she's like, because Tony's now leaning on her dad's car, and he's like,
Right.
"Put the knife down."
Right.
And he's like,
Yeah.
"Fuck you." And then he's like, "I'm a demon.
Yes.
You should probably put the knife down." What do they do to get away from him right there? They just run in the other direction.
They just run the other
right?
direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he starts chasing him. They pry open like a door into a factory
thing that we do
of
not
some
see an
kind.
establishing shot.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just like
it's all you can
a
see is
door
like
thing.
it's like a drop down
Yeah.
like load in gate, and they just
Yes.
curl up the corner because it's broken or something.
I think that's the point where I was like, this is going to just turn into Nightmare on Elm Street. And then
And
they're
it did.
walking through a corridor of pipes.
Yes.
steamy
And it's
red
like, all right, well,
light. Yeah.
That's what
It's
we're
like
doing.
every shot you've ever seen ever for
A nightmare.
something
right.
like that.
Yeah. And they get separate. How do they get separated? Because she gets separated from Michael.
Oh, you're right.
She gets separated from Michael. How? Because I know what happens
Is it
after
before
that.
or in the building?
It's in the building. She gets separated from him.
Oh yeah, because he keeps being like, "Oh, this is gonna be a game now," and he's like appearing different places.
Yeah,
he starts
yeah,
doing
yeah.
like the teleporty type
Oh,
shit.
right.
Oh, because
He's like kind of saying
he
stuff
goes
to
through
them.
through the like Galaxy Quest hallway that has the rocks flying side to side.
Oh,
Oh,
that's when they
right.
the Legends
separate.
of the Hidden Temple thing.
He gets into some
Right.
area and he goes, "I'm gonna go back." I was like, "He's after me.
Gesundheit.
Thank you.
He needs
Yeah.
this knife, so he'll follow me."
Yeah.
I think, and he runs back through the hallway of all the fucking bullshit flying at him.
Well,
and
and now
she-
the Tony has telekinesis now. It's like
Yeah.
straight up. That's what it is.
He runs back through that hallway so he'll chase him.
Right.
And we don't see her for a while.
No, but literally there's like rocks.
Something hits him in the leg and like
consistently
fucks his leg all
fucks
up.
his leg up.
Because it shows him bleeding soon after this. Like he's on the
Yes.
ground and Tony's like giving like a demon monologue walking around.
Right.
Looking for
But he
him,
walked-
and it shows his like bleeding leg. Oh, we missed earlier. He saw this like chain with a big heavy thing
Saw the
over
chain
it.
with the big head, right?
So he like,
Which was I don't know what that thing was.
It was
A
just
furnace?
like a piece of equipment.
A giant
Yeah.
piece of equipment is
it
holding
just
by
looked
a
like
chain.
a hunk of metal. It
Right.
didn't look functional.
It didn't look like it would do anything except weigh something down
right.
indefinitely.
But it was manufactured. It was like
Oh,
a
definitely.
manufactured thing.
there are nuts and bolts.
bolts in it, wheels, and
panels.
gizmos. Yeah, it's just really heavy.
It's got
It's
gizmos
got
in it.
filled
And-
with gizmos. Bunch of gremlins in that thing. Right, and so he does he monologues. Tony
Yeah.
monologues about what's been happening, pretty
I
much.
guess.
Yeah.
Right, and then that's when Michael uses his moment to unleash the chain.
And it smushes them. They
It smushes
fight
the-
a bunch though. I feel like.
Well,
They
I feel like there's
grapple.
a lot of like grappling.
They
yeah.
fight. Tony hits him with a big rock.
Yes.
He hits him with a rock and
It
knocks
knocks the
Michael
knife
down, and
right
then he
out
starts
of his hand.
monologuing.
And that's when
And
he
then
drops
Michael goes
this
for the
thing
chain.
on him.
It drops on the lower half of Tony's body,
So he's still like his shoulders and head are out, and he's like
and then he
talking
turns in,
shit.
and then he turns into normal Tony.
Oh yes,
Right, and
as he
he's, like,
approaches
begging
him with the
for
knife.
his
And it's like,
life.
you wouldn't do this to me. Would you help me, Michael?
Yeah, yeah,
Help
yeah.
Well,
me."
he goes, just leave the room. I don't want you to see me die.
Yes, because he knows he has the dagger now.
Yeah,
and he's helpless.
and he's like, no, you're gonna. And he goes, oh, no, he falls for it because he goes, Tony.
Tony,
He drops
yeah.
the knife. He walks closer, and then
He goes, "Bah!"
yeah, and
Yeah,
then
Come on, man, you had him.
and then like
Yeah.
telekinesis him to the like 40 feet in the air to the roof of this
he
room.
just starts
Yeah.
floating and choking.
Oh,
Right?
no, that's right. He's floating.
Yeah, he's like he just starts floating off the ground, and then he's all the way up in the ceiling, like grabbing his head, screaming. And Alex and the
The mom
detective
and the
and the
detective.
mom show up.
Literally, they have no idea what's been going on.
No.
So they show up into a boiler room where
Where Michael
her
is
son is floating and choking Tony is underneath
half crushed under the thing, screaming, and there's a weird dagger with like a skeleton handle on the floor.
Like, talk about kind of like this is a hell of a party, man.
Right?
Like,
This
Michael just starts
is
screaming, "You have to
normal.
kill
this
him!
is normal, is right.
You have to kill him!"
This is the Russian photo.
Yes,
This is the Russian
Have
photo.
a guy under a thing, that guy flying in the air,
And a cop.
and a cop
And a guy who doesn't seem to
who
care.
doesn't do
Right.
anything
Yeah.
because
Doesn't care at
Alex
all.
walks over, picks up a knife, and then stabs him in the chest.
Well, Michael tells her that's what
yeah,
needs
yeah,
to
but the
happen.
cop
Right.
is just standing there
She's
like,
like, well, I guess that
"Whoa."
must be. I mean, listen to the floating guy.
Right.
Because
Am I
then
right?
she stabs him in the chest. He hits the ground. Michael's dead.
Oh, that's right. He's dead.
No, the mom's not there. The mom's not there. It's just the girl and the cop.
Oh, it's just the girl and the cop.
Okay.
I
because
thought
the mom's
mom
not
was
there because the girl starts crying over Michael's dead body, being like, "Why,
And we were
God?"
like, did he really
And then
die?
the
Is
guy-
that? I thought he was going to come back to life because
No.
then it shows Tony normal and he goes, "I'm so sorry," and like dies.
Yeah.
And then she cries and the cop just leaves.
And he
The
just
guy
leaves her
fucking
alone with
walks
these
away.
dead bodies.
While she's like, it's like midnight
Wailing.
again, and she's got.
Well,
She
They're
is
broken
a
into-
35-year-old woman, so
yeah, he knows that she has to get to
30-15.
her shift at the hospital. You know, like, so she doesn't have time to.
she actually
to
works at a
waste.
factory, Kathy.
Yeah, she
so.
doesn't have a job. Her dad's the
She works at
monopoly
the
man.
juice factory at midnight.
Makes
her
the
midnight
education juice.
She works at the juice mines. She's a foreman at the juice mines. Though.
She can handle one boyfriend murder. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
She'll get over it.
Yeah, she'll be fine. So
And
then we cut.
So we're like, wow, that was weird. That's a weird way to end the movie, but it wasn't over then
because it goes to the
because
funeral.
it gets even weirder.
Yes.
Because we have Michael's funeral where I love it. You said that was a quote from the Bible. There's this line about how he gave his life to save every
Well, it
life
is a
on
quote from the
earth.
But they were
I know,
obviously
but like
putting
I
it
was
in
like, oh
there.
my God, does the priest know what he did? That he fought Satan
I think
on
that-
earth and saved us from it last night?
I think it was chosen to say that Michael saved us from whatever the plan of fucking
but
Virgil
who
was.
there?
Right?
Who the fuck? Like, what got
Virgil was
explained?
Satan, right?
That's what I'm thinking.
No, Virgil was just a demon.
He's
I
just
think.
a
I
demon.
don't know,
He's
he
just
asked
a
if you
demon.
believe in Satan.
He asked if
maybe
you
could
believe
just
in
avoid
Satan.
it.
Well,
So,
yeah,
I
but
don't know.
Satan has demon like
You're
minions.
right. Yeah, you're right.
Fair enough. But I want to know is what level of what information was disseminated to whom since everyone but Alex died and she kind of didn't know what
Yeah,
the
like,
fuck was
what
going
does
on.
the police report say? Boy died from falling 40 feet mid-air.
After crushing friend under a giant piece of metal. Was it an accident?
How was he?
Were they parkouring gone wrong?
Because the cops saw him levitating for
Yes.
a good
Yes.
Oh,
amount
yes.
of time.
Yes. Yes. Well, so
And he also watched the girl stab a fucking gray-skinned monster in the chest
That
and
turns
turn into
back
a
in-
human being.
Right. So what does the town know?
Yeah,
Right.
what the hell does anyone know? But
Well,
that
so-
line was just awesome because I was like, it made me feel like everybody knows that he saved Earth from Satan, and this is a legit funeral. But I don't think the movie thinks that.
I think so. Wait.
Well, no, because the whole movie's like, don't fuck with Ouija boards,
Oh,
or you're fucking written off. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna die.
You can smoke all you want as long as you don't fool with the.
Oh, we prefer
dark
that you
forces.
smoke.
Right.
Yes.
Smoke.
Drink vodka
Satan
responsibly.
bad, smoking good.
Ain't nothing wrong with drinking unless
Yeah.
you're a fucking alcoholic.
You're just
Or a
disgusting.
parent.
Just
You
a
got
disgusting
responsibilities.
alcoholic.
The juice is off.
Yeah,
No
right.
sauce for you.
Yeah, keep drinking your school juice. Stop drinking vodka.
If you
There's
want to be
good juices and there's bad juices.
if you want to be a strong, healthy 35-teen-year-old,
you drink your
drink
juice
your
and you
juice,
eat your white
you
slop.
stay
and
away
that's
from
it.
your Ouija.
yes, don't.
Yeah,
ever
eat your
fucking
ice
Ouija.
cream porridge.
Well, there's one thing else that happens. It's because they lower the
Oh,
casket into the ground, and she's holding a wilted rose.
Oh,
that
right.
yeah, she still has the wilted rose.
And she throws it into the hole, and it lands on the casket as a fully bloomed
And it
rose.
blooms
Dude,
into
we
a
were
full
all
rose.
as they were lowering that casket. All of us were like, I felt like I was on the edge of my seat of him
Waiting for him to
bursting
pop
out.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just to shoot out
or
of
Tony's like at the funeral or
He just
something.
kills
Like,
everybody
hey, gotcha,
else.
bitch.
Yeah,
there.
right.
Psych! It was me the whole time. He's got like a
He has a
Tommy
machine
gun.
He pushes the knife into like a gun holder, and it like becomes a
Starts
demon
shooting
gun.
swords at everyone.
What kind of ending would that be?
That'd be awesome.
The best one.
Well, anyway, their love is pure and will never die.
And she's and there's,
they
it's
fucked
just
once
a
as
it's just a
17-year-olds.
close-in shot on her face,
Yes.
just smiling in the sun.
Do you
And the
think?
credits.
and the credits.
Do you think? All right. Well, first of all, that last shot is weird as fuck because earlier in the movie, whenever they showed TV, you were like, it's like they filmed the film. And it looks weird.
Well, they filmed
Or
the television.
They
with
filmed
film.
the television
They just did.
actually
I
playing.
think they filmed a screening of the film for that last shot.
Oh,
Or it was
does change
the way
in
they
quality
used to do
like
credits
a lot.
though was different. It wasn't.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not an optic. It's not like a non-optical
Gotcha,
effect. So
okay.
I think that's why it looked weird.
That the layering of it.
It was a
okay.
layering for
okay.
the credits or something.
Gotcha.
Because it did look a lot.
It looked.
It was a low
different.
budget movie. They
Yeah.
probably did something weird to it. But yeah.
Here's a question: was Michael in his like jammies and all that shit because he was supposed to be like pure and just touching the Ouija board?
You're
fucked
asking
over,
it like it's a slight joke, but his weird.
I'm asking you. I'm asking
I'm
a question.
serious. I'm saying that his purity was obviously some sort of a thing
Well,
here,
yeah,
right?
okay, because like
His youth and innocence.
he was
Yeah.
definitely,
Yeah.
and he was also definitely like the palest of all of them.
However,
Let's give it to the movie for not punishing the girl for having sex.
that's what I
Yes.
was about
it
to
didn't
say.
punish her for having premarital sex.
Yeah, they are punished for touching a Ouija board. The two guys who touched the Ouija board get it the worst, I guess.
But it didn't
Ish.
Well,
punish.
they don't. Oh no, they do die.
They
so,
do die.
I mean, Michael
but
does
she
die,
doesn't
but-
die. But she had premarital underage sex.
Right.
Yeah, but that ain't nothing compared to Ouija
Touching a
board
Ouija board.
shenanigans.
I mean, I
Apparently
prefer
not.
that message than the normal message. You know, I
No,
guess.
yeah, she
Totally lived.
I thought about that.
She did have to watch the person she loves die.
because it
but-
seemed oddly like
Well, that was
Catholic
just-
or religious.
that was
but
just
then that happened.
Teenage love anyway.
Yeah,
It's
she'll be
not
all right.
real.
Well, they're just like it's teenagers. They can drink and fucking do whatever.
Yeah.
They're gonna do it anyway. I
Right.
don't know. I mean, that's what the movie almost seems like.
Like, she really didn't have to go through much. I mean, like she didn't like know what was happening until that dinner party. Really, the dinner party was when
no,
like
she's still.
you know what I mean?
She still
seriously,
didn't
like-
really know. I don't think. Like I don't
She's
think
like,
he
"What are we
explained
looking
it.
for?" And he's like,
That's
"It's
what I'm
a
saying.
knife
Is
to
that
stop
her
the semen." And
suffering
she's
was
like,
minimal
okay.
compared to everyone else.
Yes.
Oh,
except
sure.
for losing the person she loved. But
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Eh,
she
fuck
seems
it.
okay with it because she knows he'll love her forever.
like she got the
Yes.
rose.
because of
That's
the
She got-
rose.
Once that rose hit, she's like, good. Now I can fucking move on.
I know.
Grieving, done.
One of us is gonna love the other one forever, so I guess
Yeah.
we're good here. Guess we can wrap it up.
Right. I can go fuck a 48-year-old guy that looks
Yeah.
like he's 17, but not really.
Those 45 teenagers.
Time to get to the Marlboro factory.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like this movie a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
actually.
do we recommend it for people?
I kind of like it a lot.
I
It's
wish
fun
they
to
would.
watch.
I mean, like, God, that sound. The
The
sound.
sound is awful.
Production aside, I think it's like an okay 80s slasher movie.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah. It was interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
it was definitely interesting.
it didn't go any way that I expected. I'll say that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Plenty of blood. Plenty of
It's pro smoking,
pro smoking,
Yeah, they
pro
love you
vodka
smoking.
in moderation,
anti
alcoholics,
Satan and dark forces.
Yeah, anti Satan.
Black magic's off the table.
Pro crosses over your bed,
Right. Keep your ice cream cold.
but not so cold that it's
not
frozen.
sexy.
You can't, yeah, you got to get sexy with that ice cream.
Yeah, you
It's-
let the ice cream just a little, just the
Soup
top
to
layer.
I don't know
burn.
about you, but I find soups incredibly erotic. Just light
I bet the
sipping.
guy who made this loves like vanilla frosties.
What a
I'm
monster.
telling you, it was just melted ice cream. I think
It was. It just looked really viscous. That's all.
Maybe they added
had
some
like a-
extra corn syrup.
They might have.
Ooh, like and gave it some air, kind of air, whipped it up, aerated.
Whip that thickened ice cream up. We got a shot to do here, people.
We need these not of age teenagers to look like they're drinking fluids.
Drink this milk and then look at her longingly.
Mm.
Here's some eggnog. Eat it in the
Ooh.
sun while he stares at you.
Yeah, I would say watch it. I mean, it's free on YouTube.
It's free on
Definitely watch
YouTube.
it.
It's actually not terrible.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be surprised if this has a following we don't know about, which
Yeah.
has happened on several bonus discs. But this might have a following.
Yeah, it's
Horror-
pretty
horror communities
funny.
like that.
Yeah.
Like it's, I don't know. I feel like it's a good. It's definitely a good bad movie.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's a solid good bad movie.
It's not
Like,
even that outrageous. I mean, there's the jammy jams and like the whole
Jammy
are
jams
they
are pretty
Russian
outrageous.
teenager people that look like Klingons. There's that part. But if you take all that out, it's like kind of a standard fine slasher movie. It's just everyone looks insane.
Yeah, everybody's
And
really fucking weird.
It's not if you're from America, there's definitely something off. But like outside of that,
Yeah.
All right, well, yeah.
I'm a body shaming monster.
Yeah,
apparently,
yeah. And I apparently think very little of Mexico's infrastructure.
We learned a lot.
I
with this
expected
episode.
no less.
Well, these are the dark things that come out when you do a podcast.
I know.
For 5 years. It's
We're
just-
getting down to the real
Right.
truth.
Sorry that it had to be you, Kathy. That
It's always
had
me.
to take the brunt of that.
I
Those
know.
truths to come out.
Mm.
You know, I know it's awkward.
Well, thanks for being a guest.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Kathy.
I'm your personal vault. You just give all your feelings to me. I just shut them up inside.
Right. We'll do that next time you come home. We'll admit even darker stuff.
I cannot wait. I'm going to become a priest so I don't have to divulge any of your secrets.
Oh, you become a priest, you can forgive us. You know.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
Just for my personal...
None of that for you.
For my personal
forgiveness.
protection and safety.
I'm pretty sure like that's the opposite reason of becoming a priest. But all right.
I'm doing this for me.
I want
all
to
right?
save myself. I don't care about anyone else.
I don't see a problem.
Well, I mean, then again, Catholic Church doesn't. They have a lot of stuff to admit
Yeah,
to.
well,
So
I
it's
feel
like, you know,
I feel like that's not the best model to
No,
follow.
no,
So
maybe become a pastor instead.
Oh, there you go.
Presbyterian. You know, it's fine. The Church of
Unitarian.
England.
just wear bib overalls that are slightly too like oversized and just welcome everyone. And
Yeah.
be
Don't.
very casual.
I don't want you to associate yourself with the Catholic Church. That's all. You know,
Sure.
make the Kathy like church. All right.
Oh my God.
That's the worst.
We're
joke.
done. They're done.
Done. Bye.
You've just listened to Bonus Disc, available only on Thundergrunt. Questions, complaints, and movie suggestions can be posted to facebook.com/bonusdisc. Opinions and criticisms of the hosts of Bonus Disc are 100% valid, even though they took the time to watch the movies you were too ignorant to appreciate.